CEO in the building as well too. Much love to you, my brother CEO. And then we got the one and only Sharon Bracy in the building as well too. And then we got the sister.
Let's go. Oh my God.
I don't know where that came from. I almost thought he had a heart attack. Shout out to my sister Daily for coming through as well too. And then my brother, my one and only brother, we get him when we can. My brother Corey in the building as well too. All right. So we gonna get the people of the show, man. Thank y'all for coming through, man. Hope y'all making y'all headlines on your sectors as well too. If you want to simulcast, as usual, you can simulcast. If y'all simulcasting already, whoever's on that side, please like, please subscribe, please share, and make sure you donate to your favorite content creators as well too. And if you're not simulcasting, I don't know why you're not simulcasting, because it'll help you monetize on YouTube as well too. But if you're on my side, y'all, please like, please subscribe, and please hit the share button at the bottom of your screen. All right, it helps us in the YouTube algorithm. So I wanted to start off on a certain topic that I always wanted to address, but I found this old video that I was looking at, and I'm gonna share the video first, and then we'll have the icebreaker. Okay, so let me share the video first.
In a relationship, I think I have anxious attachment style. Everybody knows I'm an Aries, I'm a fire sign. I get very passionate. I seem nice online and innocent and everything, but you guys do not know. I will go to battle with my yelling, with my words, everything. I'm good at that, right? And if I gotta yell or check anyone, that's what I gotta do. That's just the way I be. Clap back or sit back. I always have to choose clap back. I'm sorry. I'm a very kind person. But if somebody looks at me or the people that I love, it's over for you. I'm an Aries. Sorry. Never have I ever started drama with my boyfriend for no reason.
Put it down.
I'm territorial. I'm a jealous girlfriend. I'm a territorial girlfriend. Where you go, who are you with? That's me. I am nosy, number one. Number two, I like drama. I just don't like drama in my life, but I love watching it in other people's. So I love my baby so much. I need him with me in order to function, in order to be able to do the scenes and everything. So he's been out here with me the majority of the time. But this week, and I go home on the weekends. But this week, I had a lighter week, and I'm going home tomorrow. So I got here last night, and I'm going home tomorrow. So I was like, let me try to test myself and see if I can be without him for a day and leave him, let him and his daddy have daddy and son time. And you guys, I miss him so much. But everybody knows Moo's the best daddy Ted. But I miss him so much. Yesterday on the plane, I was crying, and I went to the little airport stores. I bought a teddy bear, and I was like clutching it to my chest. I bought a build and a blanket, and I was clutching it to my chest, literally on the plane last night, crying to not feel like miserable without him. I love him so much, guys. I don't know how this is possible. Anyway.
So that's the icebreaker of today's show, y'all. Are women actually bringing peace to relationships, or are they actually bringing problems to relationships? And we'll start out with my sister, Chris, and we'll get all around to my brother, Corey.
All right. Starting out with me.
Yes, of course. Why not? Why not?
Right. Okay.
Untouchable pie, baby.
Are women bringing peace to relationship, or are they bringing problems?
Yes, ma'am.
I believe that women do both. It just depends on the type of woman that you choose.
Oh my God.
Okay. That's it. That's where we stopping.
Yeah.
And the reason why I shared her, right, out of Haley Bailey, right, She was the princess. She was the princess to a lot of people. Like she was what do you call it? Is that a word I'm using? The princess? What's the word I'm looking for, CEO? The sweetheart or the sweet? Like I don't know which word I'm trying. I'm lost for words when it comes to the type of woman people are looking at.
Apprentice, the quiet one. She was a Beyonce's apprentice.
No, princess.
Princess,
but it's
that's
more,
the right
yeah, like sweetheart, America, like a okay, you know how there you go, like the darling, like you know how America, like a lot of white people say this is the sweetheart of the society, they woman or the darling.
Yeah,
like that's the way she came off. So I shared her because of what she was saying and the way the type of behavior she like engaging in type of relationships. So you think women like problems and bring peace and problems into your life? That's what you said, Chris, right? But if you had to
either
pick,
or, just depending on the type of woman.
if you had to pick, which one do you think? What do you think women are bringing most to men's lives, peace or problems in today's society?
More problems. I would say more problems, only because of some of the things that I've seen on social media. I'm not on it a lot, but based off of things like you just showed, that would be more problematic. However, what I will say to that is the buck can stop with the person that chooses them. If you see those red flags, you should run.
Uh-oh, we'll go to the red flags. Okay, all right. Woo, we got to run. So all we can do is leave, right? Yeah. CEO, what do you think? Or why do you think? What do you think? Majority of the women are today in society. Are they bringing peace or problems in today's relationships, my brother?
I think majority of the women today are wearing a mask, right? Depending on how they feeling is which mask they could pull on. So they're going to put on. So I think they can bring peace and the chaos. It just depending on all how they feeling in that moment.
But remember, the women are supposed to be the lovers and nurturers, right? So I'm asking that because if the sisters are the lovers and the nurturers, and they are the ones supposed to be bringing peace, is that what you're seeing in today's society, where women are bringing primarily majority of times peace?
That's not what I'm seeing, but I know it exists.
Okay. How about you, my brother Sharon Bracy? Do you think majority of the women today are bringing peace or problems into the relationships without using the word both?
No problem. I believe.
Thank you, my brother. Problems? I got you, man, already. That's what I'm talking about. Problems.
I believe majority of the women are bringing peace to relationships. In my opinion.
My God.
And even the way how she explained it, she liked to see drama in other people's relationship, and she liked to watch drama on TV. She has talked to her homegirls about drama and all that. But in her personal life, she wants to have her house quiet. She wants to be with her baby and most likely her man. That's how most women are actually living their drama out of, through watching SVU late at night before they go to sleep, talking to their crazy ass homegirl. They talk to you about their crazy day, and that's how they get their drama out of their system. But at home, they want to be homebody, sit down, eat, maybe get some mascara with you, and keep it moving. That's what majority of women are attempting to do.
Okay. How about you, my sister Dalen? What do you think a majority of women try to bring into a man's life today? You think it's peace or problems?
Try to bring to the relationship.
Bringing. I'm sorry. No, I know. Thank you so much for catching me too. Yeah. What do you think? Dale, you think you was slick? I see what you just try to do right there. And use my words against, but I got you. So what do you think majority out? She said, try to. You caught on a quick. Oh, you try to? This is easy right here. They try to love you. They try to be there for you and support you. But do you think majority of women today are bringing peace or problems in today's relationship?
I think just like Ms. Prashana, but I know you said most. I do believe it's peace, but I also do believe that drama and chaos can be picked up along the way. But I definitely because when I think about it, maybe I'm biased, I don't know, but sometimes I can't think outside of the relationship type of things outside of the Black community. But I know America is so much more bigger, than our small population. So when I take into account women from all backgrounds in America, I have to say more women are bringing peace to the relationship, because that's what women want. in relationships is peace, pieces of chicken, wine, you know, vibes, love, family. So yeah, I think it's peace.
Okay. How about you, my brother Corey? What do you think majority of the women are bringing to today's relationships? Peace or problems?
I think it depends on the woman.
Okay.
I think men and women struggle with communication and emotional regulation. Because of that, they bring chaos to each other. And that's really what I've been observing from a lot of couples who have people who aren't compatible. They try to force relationships that just simply don't work because they're incompatible emotionally. They lack the communication skills to sustain a healthy relationship. And because of that, chaos erupts. So it really depends on the relationship and the two people involved with each other. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm. So why do you think that a lot of times then a lot of men are coming online and their experiences coming to the panels and in real life and in public coming to, you know, to these discussions saying that a lot of women struggle with giving them peace. A lot of women struggle with accountability. A lot of women
liars. They are liars.
So why would they? Okay, Sharon, if you're saying they're liars, why are they coming on the internet or going in public? So you know what? I saw a video. Did you see the video? I'm gonna share that video as well too because I want to ask y'all a question about it. But I saw someone coming in public and complaining about their women. Right, when men come in and go to public to complain about their women, it's not well received. Like it's our nature to be like, like this man's coming online and complaining about his woman, even if the woman was bad. For some reason, it makes the man look bad. So why would men come online or in their real lives come to lie about the women? Why do you think they want to lie about on their women?
They ego get bruised. They want to look like they are the correct one. They do not want to actually give the power to the one that is actually moving in the proper direction, the one that is more responsible, the one that is having to nurture the relationship. They want to seem like they are that person, but in reality, they giving that power to the woman, and then they get upset when the woman is moving in the proper direction, and they are not so-called the leader anymore, and they have a resentment towards their own woman. And so now they go ahead and express that to their fellas, the only person that's going to listen to them and not correct them and challenge them. Because most of the time men coddle other men because y'all feel like, damn, brother, she's doing that too. You a good brother, even though that man is not actually doing anything properly to be calling him a good brother.
No. So what are they lying about when they come online? What are they lying about, Sharon? And anybody else can add too. If you believe that the brothers are lying about too, what is it exactly that they're lying about?
So for example, a lot of brothers will act as if this woman is nagging him. She's doing this to me. She always nagging me. However, if you would have just did what was supposed to be expected in a relationship, she wouldn't have to ask you 2 and 3, 4 times. So it won't be no nagging. You are not holding up your end of the bargain. And then now she is so-called nagging because you are not holding up your responsibility. Now it's nagging. You having to be you got a wandering eye, and then now she is acting out in public while she's correcting you with your wandering eye. Then you're like, yeah, man, she crazy. No, she ain't crazy. You are doing things that you ain't supposed to be doing within a relationship, and then now you gaslighting the young lady, act like she did something to you, and y'all brothers would just so her like, yeah, you know, our woman, they be crazy, bro. You can't control her. No, it's you doing crazy things and she's responding to you.
Okay. So you saying they're lying. Where are you coming up with the determination that they're lying? And who's telling the lie or the truth on the brothers? Who's telling you the truth about what they're actually doing and how you coming to the table and going, the brother is lying, but whoever's telling the truth on them, this is the truth tellers. So you're saying the women are telling the truth about what's happening with men and the men are lying about what's happening in relationships.
Women are responding to their mate. The way how we know is because majority of men would come to, I'm gonna go with the lie part. So for example, one lie that is a normal lie that men would say is that like, she don't know I'm cheating. I don't know why she tripping. She don't gotta know. She understands all these different things of who you are and things are not added up. So she, hey, why you stayed out so late? Blah, blah. She have accusations. And even though he is cheating, he will call her crazy because she don't have the downstroke proof of it, and then he will act as if she's crazy, and there go the gaslight of the whole situation. Now she's crazy, even though her intuition is telling her the correct thing.
Yes, but we know data-wise, most people don't cheat on each other, right? Most people aren't cheating. So let's stick on the relationships where the people aren't cheating. Dalen.
And so, and there go the first lie.
No, hold on. If you can,
and that's how it snowballs into a, because men will coddle that, say, yeah, us men are stand up men.
So I'm wrong.
We know for a fact that majority of men they go with their homeboys and they will go ahead and push their brother to cheat on a good woman.
So most men. So hold on. Most men cheat, and Dalen, you agreeing with him too?
No, he's going deeper. I was talking about.
No. I'm asking just real quick, y'all. I'm asking real quick because I'm gonna ask you one more question. So you and Dalen agree that most men cheat. That's what y'all are saying, right?
No. He's saying his own thing about men specifically, but to what you said previously is that most people don't cheat. People don't cheat.
Yes.
You said people instead. So yeah.
Yeah. That data wise, when we look at the data, whether you're looking at self-report or other people reporting as well too, most people aren't cheating. Most people aren't saying they're getting cheated on.
And you believe the cheater, the person that is lying in a relationship to tell you the truth.
No, I didn't say that. Most people aren't saying that they're getting cheated on and that they're cheating. It's the minority of people who are cheating. And can we talk about the relationships of the people who are having issues prior to the number one reason most people separate Sharon is because of lack of commitment. That's the number one reason.
But the issue that we having, right, is you trying to turn it into a different conversation. We having a conversation.
No, I could stay where you are, but
we having a conversation about the lies and the problems within relationship that men are having when they voice it to their brothers. And that's the conversation. And when you turn it into majority people cheating, that turns into a whole completely different conversation. We talking about the drama that is in the relationship and who is contributing to that. And the brothers is contributing. And one of them is when they are cheating, they try to act as if when the woman gets the sense of him cheating, he will act as if she is crazy, and he will come to his boys and say, hey, she don't know that I'm cheating, but and he will act as if she is crazy, and the brothers will be like, yeah, you know, our woman is just crazy, when he is the one that's
you're talking about a compulsive lying man and a cheating man, right? The one who tries to hide that he's cheating.
That's
right?
one lie. Yeah, that's one version of the lie that.
But most people aren't cheating on each other.
But we're not talking about most people. We are literally talking about a specific thing. And then when you turn that specific conversation to a general conversation, you changing the conversation.
So we trying to have so if we're gonna do that, then most women aren't cooperating and listening in the household. They don't. Most women are fighting back and pushing back when their man is giving them an instruction or telling them to do something and trying to lead a household, and that constantly is testing their man and always trying to take power over a relationship. Well, we have multiple women now telling women to mistreat their men to always have the power and leverage of a relationship. Is that true or false?
False.
See, that's what I'm saying. So why do you get to say what I said was false, but you get to say that it's true that men are cheating?
Because we do not have a group of women saying, I'm not going to listen to a good man. That just doesn't happen in real life. What we see is that, the man is not holding up to his standard. That's why she is, i.e., nagging. That's why she is crazy. She thinks that I am cheating. Those are the people that have those type of issues. People that have healthy relationships, they listen to their man, and that man listens to his woman, and we don't know the wiser.
That was false. What you just, there are women leaving good men. There are women saying that these good men were boring. There are women that saying that they grew apart from this good man, and being a good man isn't enough. That's false, Sharon. There's literally a video that's circulating now that's viral that a woman stayed with her man for 9 years but was miserable because he had a small penis, but he was a great guy. That's false. Like women, a lot of times. I mean, I don't know if you saw it. I know you saw it too.
I didn't see it, but it sounds very extreme.
But yeah, and everybody was going in on her. But what makes us so defensive? And I think it's an innate thing, a natural thing for us always to see our women and our mothers in the right, because that's how we were raised. That's our mama. Most of us we love our mamas. But as we get older, we get to see what actually is happening. And today's version of relationships is completely different than the ones we grew up with, depending on what y'all saw. But all I'm saying is, why don't we address the majority of what's happening versus the minority of what's happening, which we would probably all agree a man should be cheating on his woman. And if a man is typically cheating, he's probably being manipulative. He's probably trying to take advantage of her, and he probably tries to play her as well too. Nobody's denouncing that. What I'm saying, most of the time in a relationship, why it's failing, it's not due to the fact that somebody cheated, Sharon. That's what I'm saying. So when you say they're lying, that cheating, can we talk about something that majority of the men are doing, that they're going, hey, this is what these men are doing? Majority of men are not cheating. That's all I'm saying.
That's fine. And but we talking about lying. So now if we want to go to another version.
No, it's my turn. No, it's my turn now. No, my turn. You said that's fine. So
that's
now,
fine.
Now let me ask you this:
but we're not talking
are majority of men receptive to their man and accept them as they are and go, I love this man as he is, or are they trying to change this man into what they want?
They accept that man for what he is.
Does anybody have a rebuttal to that? Or do y'all agree that most women accept their men for who they are?
No,
No,
I don't think. No, not at all.
Go ahead, Corey. Go ahead, my brother Corey. And then you go, CEO.
See women on a regular basis, and what often happens is they meet men, and these men present themselves a certain way at the beginning, and there's a shift months down the line. And when that man finally reveals his true colors, these women hold on to the version of him that he presented at the beginning. And they're hoping that that version will eventually return, and it never does. So quite often the woman waits, right, for a man to turn a corner, to pivot, hoping that he'll be the type of man that she wants, and it rarely ever happens. And what often happens is a woman will keep giving and investing, hoping that he will eventually see her value, and quite often that never happens. So that's often where women find themselves in these situations.
And you don't consider that man a liar?
No, if that man does that, that is a liar. But most men, but what
women are the crazy one. That's the issue.
No. So what I asked you is most women try to change men. You said no. That he disagreed, and I believe CEO would disagree as well too. But Corey said that men show a different type of man, right? They're not who they are in the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you also agreed that most women are not satisfied with the initial guy as well too. They try to change him as well too. Women aren't accepting of that guy. Most women. Go ahead, Corey. You about to say something?
I would say initially the guy puts forth more effort, and so he creates this illusion that he's checking all of these boxes. He's this dream guy at first, and then once he's emotionally invested, that's when he pulls back, and that's when things change. So it is the okie doke. It is manipulation to some degree. But here's the thing: a lot of women go for men who they know, in many cases, won't be faithful, who they know got 3, 4, 5 baby mamas, who they know ain't shit, and they hope that man will change, and that doesn't happen either. So they have to take accountability for who they choose as well.
Right.
Sorry, come on.
Sharon, I'm sure you agree. Hey, Sharon, and I'm gonna ask you that. Hey, Sharon, no, I'm asking you because I know you agree. Because I'm gonna ask you a question. Who would a woman sleep with first? The man she's crazy about, but already knows that she'll never marry her, or the man that would marry her, but she's not crazy about? Who she has sex with first, Sharon?
She definitely have a choice. So she's going to choose the person, whatever that thing is. So the woman absolutely has a choice.
You didn't answer my Sharon. You didn't. Sharon, I know you ain't just did that. That was my question.
The woman absolutely has a choice who she sleep with.
No. Sharon, I'm asking you again because
if you want to frame it as crazy, then yes.
No, Sharon, that was my question.
Crazy in love, yes. The crazy in love, however you want to frame it. That
so Sharon, so hold on, Sharon. Work with me, Sharon. Work with me. I'm gonna get right back. Sharon, I'm gonna give you the mic. Sharon, I'm gonna give you the mic back. So do a woman accept that guy that would have married her and Prince Charming the way he acted? Because typically these guys are crazy about the women want to be with these women. They want the guys that they are crazy about. Does she end up dealing with a guy she's crazy about and tries to mold him and change him to what she wants?
No, she do not try to change him. No.
Corey just told you when you agreed. See that now that's a lie. Hold on.
I want to address it. So no, what Corey showed was that lie that men put forward up front. That is the lie already. Already, that's 2 lies that we uncovered in a very short time. And I'm glad Corey was just being honest about it, because majority of men, they will come into the relationship lying, and then when the women want to hold him accountable to that representative that he showed her, then that's when she become nagging. That's when she become crazy, and that's when all these women, they want to be lied to. They don't want the real me, and they start to resent that woman because they know they got that woman off of a fallacy in the first place, and he cannot maintain that mask that he put on in the beginning, and that's why he wound up breaking up with that woman.
Corey didn't say that. How did he? So one, how did he lie? 2, that's not what he said. He said the women would be struggling with picking the red flag guy too. They struggle with, they don't struggle with vent. They struggle. They pick that guy that they know ain't ish from the beginning, and they deal with that guy. That's what Corey said. You agreed with him. So how did he lie if you agreed with him? Unless y'all both lied.
I think 2 things can be true at the same time. You have a group of women who are manipulated, and you have a group of women who constantly and consistently choose the wrong man. This is why you have men who will have 4 and 5 baby mamas in the same neighborhood, in the same city, is because many women go after the men who they know are either dealing with other women, they go after men who've been with their best friends, men who they have heard about, through the grapevine. This happens all the time.
Right, but what I'm saying, he conceded to what you said and then said you lied, but then that would mean that he lied too. If he conceded to what you said, y'all both lied. If you lied, but so
I'm just
Sharon,
saying
why
that
did you say?
No. Okay, hold on. I see where this is going on. You missing what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm saying the initial lie, right? So first we dealt with the lie with the cheating part. Now Corey is bringing up a different lie that men do when they put that represented out and they cannot maintain that lie that they presented to that woman. That is another lie that men produce to women. And then that man, he turns into looking at that woman as she's crazy. She's nagging him because he cannot maintain that facade of this perfect man for that girl that he presented to her in the first place. That is the lie, not him lying. Men are lying with that representative is what I'm saying.
There's another layer to that, though. It's the lies that women tell themselves about that man.
Oh man!
Right, that's because they believe him.
There's another layer to it.
No, he said the lie they tell themselves.
Right, because they believe they want that man. Right, because they want that man, that representative that Corey's talking about. They want that man to be honest. They want that man to be for real. So that man that he presents as, hey, I got this together. Whatever it is that he presents, she want that man to actually be real. And so that's where men get this whole idea that women want to be lied to.
Hey, Chris, and I got a question for Chris, and I got a question for Dalen at the same time. I want to show y'all a picture, okay?
Okay.
My brother
Sharon be cooking.
Sharon cooking himself. Hold on, let me show y'all something real quick, y'all. I want y'all to see something, okay? And I'm gonna ask y'all a question, okay? Because I'm on my brother Corey's side. My brother CEO, did you agree with or disagree with anything what my brother Corey was just saying?
Well, they both made valid points, right?
I agree with CEO.
Corey said the man would put on a facade to get the woman and then change. And then he also said that he would pull back, right? Now I think that pullback
that ain't all he said though. No, I know. But how can he? So how can it be? Hold on, CEO. Corey said that initially, that men can present one thing and be something else, and they lied to the woman. That's the first thing that he said. But then second thing, he said that a lot of these women already see the red flags of this man and look past that because they'll lie to themselves.
Yes, and that goes into what I'm about to say right now. Right? Okay. I think as far as from what you're saying, I think women do try to mold men either for better or for worse, right? They try to mold men into the idea that they think he should be, no matter how bad or how good he is. And to Corey's point, I mean, not Corey, to Sharon's point, they definitely, men definitely do be lying. We run the game so we could just get in the end zone. You feel me?
Do you think so? I'm trying to find this so y'all can see it so I can share it on my screen, right? Mm-hmm. They got a study that says that 88% of women have better investigative skills than the actual FBI when they feel like something is off, right? Sisters, before y'all date somebody, and Chris and Dalen, it's one thing about young girls. When y'all get older, y'all do an research about who this person is, right? Y'all ask around about the person. Y'all don't just go, I'm just gonna take his word for it, right? Mm-hmm. Do y'all honestly take a man's word? Like, and this is what Corey's talking about, right? If y'all met Ali and you met me for the first time because y'all not Bill Nye the Science Guy, you Inspector Gadget, right? You can be the other one too. And you meet a guy, the first thing you kind of want to know if he's talking to somebody else, right? If you actually interested in him, right?
Maybe when we're 20, in our early 20s, yeah, but as you get older, you start to assess how you make yourself available to certain men. So when they do approach, you take what you hear as what you hear it, as you hear it, taking information as you get it. I wouldn't say we're immediately checking Facebooks and Instagrams just to verify, but we will interact with one another that will make it easier for us to be shown something that we need to see ahead of time. So instead of looking for it, we put ourselves in positions because now we know better to let the information come to us so we can act accordingly.
So let me give it example what I mean. And fellas, y'all can attest to it, right? When you see a woman, sometimes in your mind you can be like, hey man, I bet you she probably only in a relationship or married. Do y'all ever see women and Corey and Sharon and CEO? Do y'all be like, oh, I know that person probably married or in a relationship? Do y'all ever feel like that when y'all see a woman?
Yeah.
Sharon?
Ask the question one more time.
Do you ever see a woman and the way she's conducting herself, the way she's moving, how she may present herself? You're like, man, I bet she's already in a relationship. She already got a man.
No.
Okay, you're the only one, right? How about you, Corey?
Yeah, I've made that
Now,
conclusion too.
sisters, do you ever see a man and go, oh, I bet he dealing with multiple women if he don't got if he might be in a relationship, or if he ain't got a relationship, he probably dealing with multiple women. Do y'all have that innate sense as well too when y'all see a man or meet a man?
No, I mean, I don't.
No, no.
I don't.
So you're telling me when you meet a guy,
Mhm.
you don't already assess to yourself whether this man is in a relationship, and if he's not in a relationship, you don't go, hey man, hey, this dude might probably deal with several women.
Let me ask you a question. Is this
Okay.
particular guy pursuing me?
No. I'm saying like you just see, like y'all don't. So we all gauge each other. We see people. We see how they present themselves, right? If you, who's well, I ain't gonna ask you, Chris, because you married. Or are you allowed to? If I can, I ask. Hey, Dale, you got a celebrity crush?
A celebrity crush? No.
Yeah. Is there a celebrity you find attractive?
Sure, they're attractive celebrities.
Can you give me one?
Nicki Minaj.
Well, male.
Oh, you got to specify. I shit. I don't know. Dang, I can't even think of nobody. Chris Brown.
Chris, okay, if you met Chris Brown, even like you see Chris Brown, even before you ever say anything, would you be like, oh, I bet he a hoe? Or do you be like, oh, that's probably a nice guy with no women at all? Y'all don't have that instinctual nature about y'all when y'all meet men?
Well, we don't do either or. That's not how our minds work as women. When we see a man that we automatically know off rip is attractive, we do think, oh, he's too handsome to not be dating a woman that's just as attractive. Because when people see something that basically glows or shines, it's like a rat race. You got to get to it before it gets gone. So I do absolutely believe that most of us think, well, I wonder if he's married. The first thing we'll do is probably look at his left hand and see if he's wearing a wedding ring of some sort, or if we see his car, we're looking for the car seat back there, like or something like that, just to
or ask if he has options,
but if you don't see when you don't see a ring, do you typically believe this man probably doesn't talk to a woman, talks to one woman or several women? Is what I'm asking.
I can't do that based on what I'm looking at. That doesn't happen until we start to engage in conversation and you start hearing how a man talks, what his level of conversation is.
Right.
And I'll even tell you this, even how he dresses, that can tell more. You can say something more before you even need to say anything out of your mouth based on how you dress.
So case in point, if y'all met Corey right now and y'all met him like that, you saw him like that, look, you see him right there, sitting down right there, would you go, oh man, he probably doesn't talk to any woman, or he probably talks to one woman? You go, that brother probably out there knocking him down. What would you think?
We would say something like, I'm sure that he's not short of options, meaning that he's an attractive man. So I'm sure that he does have options. That's how we would think. I'm sure he has options. And we wouldn't say like, oh, I'm sure he's knocking him down. You know what I'm saying? At least my mind doesn't think like that. I don't think we rush to be like,
so when women, like, would you believe most women, like Sharon just said, most men cheat? He just said it himself. That's a man that said it. Yes, you did. We that's what we were fighting about. He said, hey, CEO, you my witness.
I clarified.
Corey, my witness. Oh, you did.
I did clarify, please. Yes, I did. I clarified.
That's crazy.
We was having a specific comment.
Okay, let me not ask you, Sharon. Hey, CEO.
What's up, brother?
And Corey, do not most women, a lot of their narratives will say that all men are cheaters, all men are dogs, all men want is sex.
I've heard that.
So I'm asking Dalen and Chris while we having this conversation, y'all don't go, oh, I know. You just go, oh, he's a handsome guy, but he probably doesn't talk to anybody, maybe one woman. Oh, he has options.
So check.
He's not knocking them down though.
It is the type of woman with a certain mindset. So the type of woman that you're talking about, and I'm not putting anyone down. The type of woman that says something like, I'm gonna give you an example. Oh, I'm sure he's probably knocking them down. what do you think of that type of woman? A woman that says, "Oh, I'm sure he might have options," or a woman that says, "Oh, I'm sure he's knocking me down." What kind of women? These are two separate types of women with different mindsets.
She's being realistic because the women like the
They're
men.
both being realistic, but it's the manner in which you say it. So
no. I didn't say you would say it, Chris. I said you think it.
No, right. The think. Okay, so the think, but it's the manner in which you would think that. So a woman who says thinks in her mind, "Oh, I'm sure he's knocking it down," immediately she's running to a negative disposition versus a woman that's saying, "Oh, I'm sure he has options." That's positive, meaning that I am aware that this man right here is not short on options, meaning that I may be an attractive woman. He may see me. However, I'm sure that there's a possibility that there's somebody else that can catch his eye as well. You see what I'm saying? Versus a woman who says, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think you and I know, Krishna, like what that type of way of thinking of a woman, what that stems from. And it's one word. Like when you first were explaining it, it just clicked in my head that there's a certain thing that a woman has to have that's no good for her, that makes her think what a man already has when she sees something that she likes. I think purity. Do you think that's what it is too?
Yeah.
That's a little bit of it.
Some of it. And immaturity too.
There you go. Yeah.
What I think happened is Ilkan, you jumped the gun to a woman's discernment of how that man is communicating well, because some men could come off as, "Hey, I'm into smooth talking to women, and I see the way how you communicate, you do this very often," type of vibe. So women can pick up on a man that he has a certain kind of style and routine, and she like, "Oh, hey, we know what this is." Like, I think that's what you're saying.
No. I was really having to, like, whether women admit it or not, when they meet a guy within the first few seconds, especially if they like the guy, or attracted to the guy, they'll know whether they sleep with him or not. They know that right away. What they'll lie about it if they want to on this panel, but they know whether they would sleep with him or not. So they know that.
And I'm guessing that the man messes that up throughout.
No, I didn't. No, the mature guy or the guy. So this is the thing.
Really quick, because you make that statement, I want to point out that, of course, when you look at someone, you automatically know if they're attractive to you or not, because you know what your type is and what catches your eye. What makes you like it and want to possibly pursue it, of course, sex is on your mind. That's our biological nature, like to, feel that way about the opposite sex. But of course, it's our behavior and our, respect ourselves that, so we know how to handle that. I just wanted to make sure that we have it clear and understand that just because we know that we would bust that thing open just because of what he looked like, that we know that it is dangerous to do so. Like if something seems so fun and feels so good that quick, something got to come with it. It's too good to be true. Nothing comes that easy. So as you get older, just because you fine don't mean that I want to have 15 minutes of hot, sweaty pleasure because I'm gonna end up paying for that later.
And we don't see that in our real life experiences. Even when the women mature, especially when you're younger, women are extremely territorial and competitive when they see a guy that other women like, and they'll even go as far as try to claim that guy. And her last ditch efforts would be using sex, especially if the guy shows interest. Like, y'all know the thin line. There's a line between a guy having sex with you and a guy finding you attractive enough or valuable enough to be in a relationship with you. That's that thin line, right? So a lot of times when women like a guy, like Corey was talking about, you're gonna put things in your head, especially if you like them and you see someone else like them as well too, and you're gonna get competitive and you're gonna become territorial. And if you start dealing with them, if you start spending time with them, you're already in the back of your head, this is my man. Like we gotta admit the actual tendencies that women have and the behaviors women can demonstrate when they actually start liking a guy, and they'll feel like a guy ghosted them or a guy took advantage of them when the guy never claimed them or even said he liked them. It's because she liked him, and she took it.
That the women feel like they have to compete is because eventually a man that exercises his sexual options eventually stops. He'll get married, he'll settle down, or even if he doesn't get married, he'll just pick a longtime girlfriend, knock her up, and they'll just shack up till death. What I've seen it happen all the time.
I think the problem with that statement that you said, that's very high school or work force oriented. In the real world, that is not actually happening because we are all just adults. So I'm not in a place where I'm with the same exactly 20 adults and they all like, God damn it, we all want Sharon. No, I'm meeting new people every single day, and I'm not having interactions with them where I'm always trying to find some sexual options happening. That only happens in high school when they're looking for the jock. In real life, that don't actually happens, right? It might happen in like small sectors of worlds when they have a very small niche market and it's a very small world. But when we talk about when I'm just out and about and I'm going to this city, I'm going to this state, I'm going to this bar, women are not going to be looking like, yeah, I'm gonna have to compete for that man because all the other women are looking at him. It doesn't happen in real life.
Oh, so y'all never see that happen at your job, Chris or Dalen, where there's a lot of people working?
I preface that.
No, you said that's an elementary thing. Do women not go crazy at the job about a certain guy that works at the job? Are they not? You may not be the one who does it. Sharon may be the only guy that doesn't see it. CEO and Corey, if y'all work at a location or places where there's a lot of people, are there not times where there's guys that the women go crazy about that work at the place, especially if it's a CEO, especially if it's a doctor, especially if it's a head honcho, especially if somebody who's running a company? The women stop having that type of attraction towards men collectively after elementary school and middle school and high school and college. That don't go into adulthood. So all these women going to watch Chris Brown, all these women going to watch Usher, all these women that go crazy about Idris Elba, Denzel Washington, all Michael B. Jordans. In our real lives, they're not people that live in your cities that women be crazy about. Oh, look, hey, old girl got
that's not real life. What you just explained was not real life.
How is that not real life? That is real life.
How often do you happen to bump
into? I asked them for hold on, Sharon. Before, hey, Sharon,
you are in a space where you are competing with.
I don't want you to talk about the Idris Elba part. I'm talking about just the jobs. Or do women go crazy when y'all at your jobs? Dalen, Chris, my brother Corey, CEO, or businesses wherever you at. Do women not still exhibit that type of behavior where they'll flock or go crazy about a certain guy that works at their job or in their careers or businesses?
To your point, that has not been my experience, but I'm sure that it happened.
Corey, you see it, my brother?
I it happen. Let me just try to give some leads to Ali's point. I've seen that happen in work environments in which people are not benefited well. So jobs that pay maybe minimum wage, maybe a little bit more than that, don't offer benefits, pretty much in an environment where people end up having to socialize with each other because they spend so much time together. I have seen cashiers and cooks all fucking the manager. But that's because, that's just like, I think that's just their culture or their lifestyle. Like, but in the field that I'm in now, no, I think that type of thing that happens is a behavioral type of thing, maturity type of thing, and an IQ level type thing, because a smart knows not to fraternize like that.
Question again to Chris and Dalen. If y'all have a group of sisterhood, y'all not married, scenario.
Cool.
You telling me in adulthood, even now, if y'all was single, there wouldn't be a guy that can walk by and go, damn. And if he approaches one of y'all wouldn't go.
I mean, yes, of course. If there's a I mean, I wouldn't use those words, but I mean, yeah.
I didn't say it's not about the. So even if that's the extreme, I'm trying to shed light on the behavior.
Sure, for sure.
I'm trying to shed light on the fact that it doesn't change, even in elementary.
We would say, yeah, that guy looks good, and if he tried to talk to us, and we thought that he was a good suitor, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, but you gotta have to correlate that them two would try to fight over that man.
We try to fight each other.
Majority of a group, if it's a group of 4 women, whoever's jump out first, the other 3 be like, all right.
Yeah, that's not how it works. We're ladies, and I'm assuming Miss Krishana is an absolute lady.
Absolutely.
If a man walks up, he already has his eye on who he's gonna talk, but
he walks to that girl.
So y'all telling me if y'all out, not y'all saying y'all group. Go ahead, Dalen.
Yeah.
You say
if it's a group,
I'm cooking them tonight, boy. I promise.
So let's say he got his eye on Krishana. Ladies, y'all looking nice, you looking good, and he may make an extra remark or compliment to Krishana, and that's giving an indication that I'm safe. I'm not gonna hurt you guys, but I have my eye on this, this pretty red bone right here. and they're gonna get to exchanging, and then as friends, we're gonna talk and kind of ease back and not cock block, so our sister can get her swerve on however she sees fit.
Right.
That's how it's
y'all wouldn't do that. That's what you're saying. Y'all.
No, that's how it works in adulthood.
What she just said is true.
So
Hey, Sharon, I don't know what. Hey, Sharon, I know you gotta play that.
I've been an adult for a very long time, my brother.
I know you gotta go. Sharon Bracey, part 101. Right? Women will still cock block. Women will still fight over that guy. Women will still get jealous over the fact the other girl got that guy as well too, especially if that guy knows what he's doing when he's having conversations with those women as well too. That's why we say a lot of times a guy will go to the least attractive woman sometimes and talk to her, and the attractive girl in that group, or the girls who feel themselves typically to get approached, they'll be like, oh hell no, I can't believe that he approaching her and not us. Like it can start a problem as well too. Like
you're right,
that's how men will run game. Like a man
game.
Like I can walk into the club right now. Let me finish with a big girl, and other girls will be attracted to me because I'm in there with a big girl. I'm like, oh, I know he ain't with her. Like, Sean, you know that's not true. Like you can go right now. I can take an unattractive girl. And let me finish. I could take an unattractive girl and a big girl to the club with me right now, and I'll start pulling women because I brought them to the club with me. They're like, oh no.
That's not true. You're gonna be pulling
a certain caliber of woman that you will pull.
Yeah, because women are competitive.
A certain caliber of woman that you will pull. Like the woman that what you're saying, Ali, can definitely happen, but it is certainly a certain type of woman. If you're thinking about a woman that is, sees herself as, valuable or respects herself and carries herself in a certain manner, she will not come to you. But there's a certain woman that will, and they'll be attracted by the fact that you have two women on your arm, and they'll come for you.
But remember, and it's the checkmate for Sharon as well too. He said men cheat, which means when the man's cheating, that woman knows that man has a woman as well too, and she's competing.
Validating something in me I think.
No, but can y'all, if he's cheating, can y'all concede to that as well too? When most of the time when men are cheating, the woman knows that the woman knows the woman and knows that he's dealing with another woman as well too. Can y'all concede that to that as well too? And she'll still go.
So there are women that will for sure.
So is that a form of competition?
No.
Okay. So Chris, this is the problem what you're doing, Chris.
Okay.
You're saying because you're not that type of woman that women aren't doing it. You're saying, you're saying it's the type of woman it is, but there's women who do it. So if you're saying a lady wouldn't do it, if you're saying a righteous woman wouldn't do it, if you're saying a woman that actually loves a man wouldn't do it, there's a possibility that wouldn't happen, right? But we know that women change. We know that women change their minds as well too. A good woman can turn bad. A good woman can break all her rules. Like we talking about reality. A woman can say, "I'll never talk to a dude like this," but talk to a dude like this.
Well, if you listened, Ali, I did tell you that yes, what you're saying, those things can happen. But what from my experience and what I've seen, there's a certain type of woman or man that will behave in a certain manner. So that I wasn't saying that what you're saying is not true. It is true. It is true. It just depends on the woman.
Yeah, it exists.
No.
We're talking about women.
Okay, Sharon thought he was cooking because he don't think it. So it exists now, Sharon.
It's nothing that's going to be 100% not there or there. So we understand that it's going to be these type of human beings in the world.
Yeah.
We're not, but when you are framing your statements, you framing it as a general sense that women are just out there looking for the jockey, the quarterback. And that all women just like, oh my God, look at this man.
Don't do
he's
that.
with this, and he's walked in, and all the women is looking at this one man, and now we gotta go compete. That's the that's why I was talking to that generalization that you did, not to if it happens or not.
No, he's saying majority.
Yeah, I'm
saying that's what I'm talking about. He generalized it as that's what majority of women doing. That's what my pushback is. That does it exist? Absolutely. But in a majority sense, no, it does not. It doesn't happen in the adult world. Just like they'll say, yeah, maybe at UPS, the McDonald's, the Walmart, Target, all those places, all that nonsense, co-workers sleeping with each other and all that's happened. But
I'm gonna ask again.
When you making that 6-figure salary, they are going to be very intentional by not sleeping with their co-workers. They don't want to lose their job because it's a very important job. So majority of people have outside spouses that is not connected to their industry at all when you are working in the professional world.
Hey, Dalen and Chris, when a woman is attracted to a man and he shows interest in her, are most women territorial and competitive when it comes to that? If they like the guy and the person shows interest, they're not even together yet, and another woman comes around, is the woman territorial and competitive?
I don't think you can be both. You're gonna be territorial, but you're not gonna say, "I'm gonna leave the door open for competition to come so I can kill it."
No, you can't. You can't do nothing. No. Y'all not together. So all of us have been in positions where you're not with the person yet, and there's people that's lingering around, and your nature comes, you're territorial, and you become competitive. Even if you don't want to be competitive, you want to make sure this is yours. So certain behaviors will come out. You want to claim this person, and you want this person to claim you as well too. That's where the claiming starts happening.
Like if we're at like a bar or something, and I happen to see another woman eyeing an attractive guy that's also at the bar, and I fear that she may say something to him before I do, like a situation.
If you out on a date with the man that they're crazy about, and he shows interest in you, and he ends up looking at a woman, are you gonna just leave and go, he looked at another woman, or are you gonna get upset with him at first and ask him what he's doing? You just gonna leave?
No, for me, call me petty, but now I know you're not gay because a woman walking by.
You said now you know. You said now you know what?
If I'm on a date with a guy, a first date, and he looks at an attractive woman.
No, I didn't say first. No, Dalen. No, not first date. Okay. You've been spending.
He's struggling tonight, Dalen.
No, I didn't say first. I said you.
What is this relationship?
I said y'all like each other. Y'all like each other. Y'all interested in each other. I give more context, right? Y'all are invested in each other as well too. Y'all been spending time together. He's never done that before, and y'all are invested in each other. Y'all just not together. If he looks at someone else and he never did it before, are you gonna leave this person and stop talking to this person, or are you gonna make this person claim you and you're gonna still claim the person?
I get the question, but I think you're not establishing what is the damn dynamic between.
I just did.
No, because you said it's not a relationship or it's not a first date, but it's like we're invested and we in this thing. And a woman mindset about a man, that's my man. So if it's not a first date and we're invested, that's a relationship. Are you talking about casually dating? We're just out on a regular date like we've been doing, or are we?
No. So
what the relationship
we're having an intentional good faith conversation, right? People just don't jump into relationships. Men and women typically spend a lot of time together before they jump into a relationship, especially dealing with a certain type of man. That's why women be trying to get a ring on their finger if they're in a relationship. Before they get in a relationship, they trying to get this man to claim them. Like they become.
I think what I'm saying is that for the question that you're trying to ask, if I'm out with this man,
but ask me, Dalen. I broke it down and I'll do it again. Ask me and I'll break it down. I did it before. Y'all spending a lot of time. Y'all not together yet, but y'all are heavily vested in each other and you're interested in each other.
Y'all in the dating stage. Y'all just in the dating stage. There's no official title. No relationship.
So we're just dating. Dating, and we're out on the date at Red Lobster. And a big butt woman walks by and he looks. Am I going to?
And y'all sleeping together? Y'all, we gonna be realistic. Y'all sleeping together too. Because ain't no woman going, he ain't about to wait. I'm waiting and all this 90-day rule stuff. That stuff out the door. That's just a movie. Y'all have been doing all that. If a woman comes near your man and he sees her and gives her attention, are you done with the relationship or you still fighting for this man? And I don't mean like literally fighting. I mean like, hey,
now
that's
you're
my
saying
man.
give her attention versus what you said originally, which if he looks by, because men will absolutely look when a woman walks by, especially if she's attractive. But now you're adding more to it and saying giving her attention. Well, what does that attention look like?
Dalen.
Wait a minute.
Dalen, that's not a good fake. Dalen, I didn't add nothing to it. I said the same thing.
Yes,
Dalen,
you said
no, I didn't.
The first
if
time
you look, that's attention. That's attention. You gave her attention. Dalen. Hey, Dalen. If you're having a good faith conversation, right? You should ask me. No, you're putting word. Look, you're not asking me. You're just saying this is what you mean now. It's the same thing. He looked at the person, he gave them attention.
I got you, Ali. Watch this. Jalen, let me put it simpler for you. Let me put it simpler for you. You're on a date, and the waiter is extremely beautiful and attractive. And when he's placing his order, he engage in a little more conversation with that woman. Y'all both notice she's attractive. Now that's the attention, and he's obviously looking at her. Do you do whatever Ali is saying? Yeah, like do you?
For instance,
are you done with
the waitress?
He not flirting. They just engage in a little deeper conversation.
Okay. Well, if they're not flirting, absolutely not. I would want the man that I'm with to show that he's a personable person. He's a person that can talk, a polite person, a pleasant person. Yeah, talk to a cute girl. Big deal. I'm not going to think more into it than I need to, especially if it's not flirty. Absolutely not.
So she walks away and come back and he does it again. What do?
I think now that you say that, is it okay if I ask if you give example on what that interaction was the first time, and if she went back and brought something to the table and something happened again, could you give like an example of what those two?
It's just more than here's the steak, here's the salad. It's just, oh, those are nice shoes, blah blah blah, nice outfit, nice pen. I like the way you got that apron folded. Like it's just small extended conversation.
Yeah, no.
No what?
No, I would not think any much into it. So just like you said, like nice shoes. If she came by and was like, "Oh, are those Stacey Adams?" and he was like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Those are nice," No,
he's giving a compliment. He's giving a compliment to the waiter.
Oh, to the waitress.
Yes, the waitress. Yes.
Okay, can I give my own example? Or you're very beautiful. You're a very beautiful woman.
He say that.
If he says that, more than likely, if he's saying it and we're on a date and we're screwing, she probably is, and I would most likely agree too. But definitely, I would be paying attention to see how far would this man go to disrespect me in my face, But
were those two interactions disrespectful in any way?
No, I wouldn't say that's disrespectful. That would be kind of taking it too far. Only because I wouldn't know if I'm trying to gauge, well, what is his intention on doing that, or what motivated him to doing that. If I'm not thinking about that, then no.
Got your answer, Ali?
No, I did. But do you think most women, if their man likes another woman's post and picture and comments or likes on it, do you think that she'd be upset about it if he liked and commented? Do you see it as disrespectful if a man likes and comments on another woman's post and if he's in a relationship?
I'm talking to Prashana. You can go.
Dalen and Chris.
Okay.
I'll let this Prashana.
So let me answer the first question, and I'll answer your second question. So I'm just dating this gentleman, and we have not solidified anything.
But y'all already
say that we're vested. I'm just repeating what I heard, and I'm gonna answer. And so we're sitting down and we're having dinner, and there's a beautiful waitress that comes, and he compliments that waitress, or he looks at that waitress. No, I'm not gonna have a problem with that. I don't think it's disrespectful that he says a woman is beautiful or he's being kind. However, there is a level of appropriateness that should be taken into consideration when you're out with a woman. So no, it wouldn't cause me to leave that individual. But say if it got out of hand, which we haven't given context of it being out of hand, if I was uncomfortable, it would be a private conversation that I would have with him after dinner, so that way the atmosphere is not awkward. And I think that is what mature adults do.
Right. The main thing I'm just saying, addressing, is the fact that a lot of times women struggle with demonstrating that they would show some type of jealousy. They would become territorial, and they would do whatever they can in their power or leverage without doing too much to get this woman outside the side of this man. Like they wouldn't just be content with it and go, he was just nice to the person, or I don't have no problems with it. They'll be just as competitive, if not more competitive than men as well too. And they'll show signs of jealousy as well too. And I'm not saying nothing's wrong with it, but a lot of times women will act as if they wouldn't care if their man would do a man that we're interested in were doing that.
So
Go ahead, Theo.
I think
Yeah.
the issue is that whole jealousy part. They would address they boyfriend, whatever that dating situation is, like, hey, what you're doing is it makes me feel a certain way. It don't turn them into competition mode against another woman. It turns them to a man like, hey, what you're doing is very disrespectful to me. You make me in an awkward position. You giving this flirtatious act with this woman with me sitting right here and y'all having your conversation. I'm just sitting here twiddling my fingers. So I think you just misrepresenting the competition part versus the man is doing something disruptive within a relationship. And again, that goes back to that whole the beginning of the conversation of the peace thing, and then he would, you know, act like she crazy. I'm telling you. It's wild that when you just let y'all brothers talk, y'all break it down every time and make me tell the truth. I don't know why y'all do it, but y'all do it, and I appreciate y'all for it.
ACO, I'm asking you. You married, right?
Yeah.
If a woman was trying to talk to you, do a little extra with you, would your woman just be okay with it, or she'd have a problem with the woman and do whatever she could to get that woman out your way as well too?
Well, I'm well versed. So
no, without like
level.
She's right. But even if you well versed, you said everything you needed to say. But y'all out. This girl been drinking a little bit too much tonight. She's being a little extra saucy with you. Is your woman just gonna let you handle it, or she's gonna start to handle it if it's doing too much?
If what I did didn't work, I'm definitely going to give her the signal to like get this chick away from me.
No. Before you give the signal, do you think she would engage?
No.
So she'll just play back.
Yeah.
Because are you saying because y'all had a conversation before that or something?
Because I have a level of respect, and I don't want it. I don't want any action that I do with another woman to be misconstrued as anything more than just general conversation.
No, I hear you. But if you're with your lady, you think she'll just sit there and be like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. My lady, yeah.
Okay. How about you, Corey? You think if you were a woman that she wouldn't want to intervene if this woman is doing too much when you tried everything in your capacity to move her out your way, but she's being extra? Do you think the woman you with, or most of the Corey, CO2, most of the women you ever been with, your wife might be different. Do you think most of the women y'all dealt with would have engaged with this woman?
Oh, I don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Most women that I've dated definitely would have engaged with that woman. Absolutely.
Yeah. She absolutely would, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's not out of competition. That's out of disrespect. A woman that is, even either gender, if somebody is approaching your mate in a very aggressive way while you are there, and then you make it known that, hey, this is my thing, and that person pursue it, that is not a competition thing. That's, oh, you disrespect me. You think I'm something, you misconstrued this whole, you got me effed up. And now we gotta have a different type of conversation.
I'm a woman that's gonna jump on you if that's what you want.
Exactly, Dalen.
She wouldn't expect me to shut it down.
Dalen gonna shut that down quick. I know you are, Dalen. You know you ain't about to just sit there and be like, oh, I know he got this, and she doing too much. Heck no.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, that's my man. You be like, that's my man.
No, but you went from him. So the issue with the conversation, right? You know what? We got to where we got to. I'm gonna leave it there. We got to where we got to. I'll leave it. Yeah.
Let me ask this. What's for Chris?
Yes.
What is inappropriate in what would you consider inappropriate in that type of interaction?
If a man, like he already said that she was beautiful and things like that in front of me, okay, that's fine. If he then continued to converse and say stuff like, oh, you're sexy, I like the way that your thighs are looking, that is overtly inappropriate.
Okay.
Compliment, fine, but that is overtly inappropriate to me as the person that you decided to take out on the date. It's like, why would you choose to say that to this individual in front of me when you're out with me? It's inappropriate, period. It's just inappropriate. I'm not saying that it is necessarily disrespectful that he's choosing to give this woman a compliment, but to do it in that manner in front of me while you're out on a date with me, inappropriate.
Agreed.
Okay.
Now let me answer your question about the Instagram or Facebook post pictures, right? So, one, you know, you never know if this is just a liking situation that has nothing to do with business. I want to know, what kind of photo are you liking? Are you liking it because she has her chest out and her cheeks are showing, and every picture that you tend to like is something like that? Then I'm going to have a private conversation with you. If we're together, then we're going to have a conversation about that. If we're not together and this is like a dating phase, and I see that you're doing that, and if we haven't established that we are in a committed relationship or really working toward that, that means that I can see that you have interest elsewhere, right? So then it's something that I'm going to keep my eye on, which means that because you are demonstrating this to me, it means that I'm not going to be willing to give you more of me. I'm only going to give you levels. You're going to be at bay until you show me that I'm the apple of your eye. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go after what you want. So am I going to knock them for doing that? There's going to be a mental penalty, but we'll have a discussion about it if we're supposed to be pursuing something serious. But if we're not pursuing anything serious, you go ahead and do your thing. And guess what? I'll just go ahead and just keep my pearls back. Because you know.
I love having conversations with grown folks. I enjoy it. Shout out to the panel.
Well, hey, hold on real quick.
It's time for some super chats.
That was a rookie mistake. Shout out to my brother. Hey, shout out to the 182 people in the building. Please like and subscribe. Please share with your mama, your daddy, your favorite people. Share with the YouTube universe, man. Make sure we get out there. Show love to the people on the panel as well, too, if they simulcasting. I don't know who that. Much love to TJ Shippy. Is that you? No, I don't think it's you. Shout out to TJ Shippy with the $2 super chat. Shout out to you for the late night show. Much love to y'all. I told I'm gonna go live. Whatever I gotta do to make sure I keep up with it. My brother Carl Anderson gifted us with 2 memberships. Much love to you, my brother, for the 2 And then my brother Stu hit us with 5 gifted memberships, man. Much love to you, my brother, man. I truly appreciate
Got untouchable empire, baby.
And that makes Stu the sponsor of the show with $25. And then my brother Construct with the $1 super chat. Makes much love to you, my brother. And then Sue says the psychological one is here, brother, at Ilkan Ali. Much love to you, my brother. And then Carl Anderson again with the $2 super chat. AdSense is activated, but otherwise, great show. Oh man. Thank you, my brother. That's all right. Robert Platinum with a $2 super chat. I got my Krishana, but I look like gerbil. I look like a gerbil. Man, he said he looked like a gerbil. And then my brother P. Keezy with a $10 super chat. Women say the original lie that they'll marry a good man, but he's either a myth or sucker who sacrifices everything before she leaves. It's a con, and men are just protecting themselves. Much love to you, my brother, with the $10 super chat.
Thank you for the $10, fam. I see you.
And y'all, my brother Tariq hit us with a $10 cash app as well, too, man. Much love to you, my brother Tariq.
Thank you for the $10 cash app. Chef. That's beautiful, Luis. Layers on layers. Keep cooking, Untouchables.
And y'all, don't forget our goals, man. We need 13 more members, and we need a cash app blessed just a little bit more, man. I told y'all that's my favorite goal that I like to be like to have met.
1, 2, 3, hit the cash app for Ozzy.
I know y'all like that one. Don't act like cute. Y'all don't like that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so let me ask y'all. I don't know if y'all got to see this video. This is the video I was talking about right here.
I didn't. Her mother tried to set me up to have the baby. You know, she ejected my sperm in her and ran in the bathroom and locked the door. And that's how we had her. Really? Yeah. She don't even know I know this. Wow. But I'm telling it on To the world.
How do you know that?
I'm smart. You know, when I used to come on her stomach. Fold my towel nicely by the bed because I would want to wipe it off of her stomach. This particular time, she chose that she wanted to have a baby by me because I was the best thing that ever came into her life. Most of her relationships only last for 2 months or whatever because she was a promiscuous woman. I didn't know it at the time. I only found out this thing by reading her journal. She didn't know that I read her journal either. I did what I do. I had a good nut, and I nutted on her stomach. This time, I went and got the towel and tried to wipe it off, but she hit my hand so hard, I thought she hit my hand like a home run, like a baseball player do a baseball bat. But she screamed, "No!" as if she was being raped. She got up so quickly and ran into the bathroom and locked the door. 2 weeks later, she was pregnant with my daughter.
Damn. Yo, listen. I don't need to laugh at that man. I don't.
Man, you gonna laugh, Sharon? This is y'all see what I be talking about? Y'all be laughing at the man's pain, man. It's so crazy, boy. That's crazy, y'all.
Oh, bro,
man.
he's saying that. Hey. Look, man, he's saying she did a 40-yard dash into the bathroom with a syringe waiting for her in the bathroom because she knew what he was gonna do. She took the goddamn turkey bastards, sucked it out of her stomach, and none of it fell on the floor, by the way. Like, none of it fell on the floor while she did this dash. She jumped up, it didn't fall. She ran to the bathroom, it didn't fall. She closed the door, locked it, and then was able to scrape up just enough and self-inseminated herself.
Hey,
that's baby Jesus.
That's the word on the streets. I don't know. So it's
Sweet
a lot.
Baby Jesus.
It's a lot. It's a lot to break it down. But
made it in America.
Obviously, there's certain crimes that take place that goes unannounced or not taken as serious. So what I was going to ask is, like, I think this happened to Drake before too, right? Didn't Drake say somebody was it one of his baby mamas got pregnant a similar way too?
He put
do y'all believe? Given the same way that the grape can be a crime, do you believe that should be a crime if a woman is actually taking the man's sperm without his permission and inserting it inside herself?
Yeah, she's violating his reproductive rights.
Absolutely. You agreed to be nutted on, so you don't turn around and go put it in you. He would have left it there if that's what he wanted to do. That is how a man tells you, I do not want you to be my baby's mother. But at the same time, as a man, you won't let a bitch drive your favorite car. Don't give her the fruit of your loins on her stomach. You're supposed to have a bowl of hot sauce, a Louisiana hot sauce next to the bed, so that you swing your meat over and you relieve yourself there. So even if she wanted to retrieve the semen, it's dead. She can't do nothing with it.
So that's what I ain't even gonna ask you the hot question. I'm gonna leave that one alone since you said that.
I would say this, Alex. In my opinion, the only way it could be stolen if they are getting drunk or she got him drunk, she's completely sober and she hops on top and she kind of understands when he is about to, and she did that on purpose. I say that would be the only way she could actually steal the sperm from him. She get him liberated. That's it.
I think that's a really good point that Sharon made.
Say that one last time, Sharon.
That's a good point.
No, it might, if it's that good of a point. Let me see. I gotta hear that one more time. Maybe I'll give you some credit.
Did y'all hear his story?
Yeah. So basically, he said it. Basically, if an individual, a man, if he is under the influence of something, meaning that he's not conscious, then that would be
no, not Sharon's story. The boxer story. He said he put it on her stomach. She ran in the bathroom and put it up her
and locked it. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Ran in the bathroom.
That's stealing.
Well,
he didn't put it there.
What I say is this: like in situations like that, right? You put yourself in a predicament for anything to happen, right? So you had control over the situation ultimately in that regard with your stuff, just like a woman will have control over her stuff. But if you put yourself in that predicament, you have to be ready for anything that could possibly happen, even if you're having like protection, like if you're wearing protection, in that case, nothing is 100% proof. So she decided to run with it
Literally.
So
do you see
that was
how,
a situation.
like, if I flip this to a man doing something to a woman, right? Let's say he took something from her she didn't want taken, even if she was butt naked, even if they were being intimate, that wouldn't be the response that we would say. We wouldn't say, hey, you know, if you put yourself in certain positions, you know, just be mindful of what can happen if you put yourself in certain positions.
No,
hold on. No. You can't say
that's the same for a woman too. If you put yourself in certain positions, my position doesn't change with the woman.
What a man
if she
can
put
do
herself in a position like that and something happened, I'm not saying that it should, but the same onus is on her.
But how would you know? How could it be on her? I would almost assume women don't deal with men that they feel like that would happen to them. I don't think she goes, oh, this dude would do this to me, so I'm gonna deal with him tonight. I'm almost sure when women deal with a man with intimacy, it's a man she trusts this man. If she says no, I'm done, I'm not doing that anymore, she would trust him to stop, right? Ain't no woman dealing with a man that she would think would grape her.
No, I totally agree with that, and I get your point. But what I'm saying is that anytime you get hot and heavy, yes, you may have a preconceived notion of a person like that, and you may think that, yes, this person won't do that, but it is still true that you have gotten yourself in this predicament, right or wrong.
No, not in the great predicament. No, Chris, you got your hold on. You got yourself.
Okay.
You got.
I'm not saying I'm for anybody being taken advantage of in that way. Ever, never.
Go ahead, Dan.
Never. I was saying, I think I halfway agree with that. Like, I think you're saying, like, even though you're gonna have casual sex with someone, you agree to what usually happens after that, like STDs or getting impregnated. But because this particular situation is so unique, right? I think she's also saying that it's also ideal to kind of know the character of the person you're sleeping with. So if an opportunity ever presented itself, you wouldn't even associate with them because you wouldn't even want to give them an opportunity to do that. But I see the other lens of that, because it's like, you can't have that type of trust and understanding about someone when you're casually sleeping with them. As he just said, you won't know them. So it's kind of like, yeah, the situation that you're in is your fault, but the severity of it, I won't put on him, because I think that's a whole nother level of theft. And the equivalent to that, what you were trying to say, Ali, is that the only way that would be equivalent if a man did take something as valuable as semen that's needed to, procreate.
It takes a body.
If a man stole a woman's embryos, like forced her signature and said throw the embryos away. So now you took this man's choice away from being a parent or not. And
no. The opposite actually is, Dalen. If he forced himself inside her and say, this is what I'm about to do, and you're gonna accept, like if he lit like she doesn't want you to do a certain thing and you engage, you like that, I'm still gonna do that certain thing.
Do it anyway.
And a woman get pregnant from pre-ejaculation though? How do we know that didn't happen? Is that true or not?
It could be. It's extremely difficult for it to happen, but it can happen.
Okay.
So
we know that didn't happen. We don't know is what I'm saying.
No, we don't know. We don't go. Sharon.
To the Genius and Ali, do y'all believe his story of the 100-yard dash? Is the question.
I
believe his story.
Yeah, I believe.
Maybe you believe that somebody could run to the bathroom and get a turkey baster and put the sperm back inside of their body?
Yes.
I would say turkey baster, a syringe of some sort. Absolutely. If he had like a syringe, because it would soak it up easier. No one walks around with a huge turkey baster. She's not propping up chicken broth. I'm only assuming it could be an ounce or less of semen that this athlete probably can ejaculate. So, yeah, I believe that she had to think fast. She already knew what she was going to do when they went to the room to do what they did. So she had to act fast.
It was premeditated. If it was waiting in the bathroom, it was premeditated.
We need a doctor in the house. Genius. We need a doctor in the house. I need to know how long can sperm last on a 100-yard dash stomach. I need to know.
If you eat a lot of cucumbers and pineapples, it's thick. When it's thick, it's not runny. So it's possible. Right? The fact of the matter is, she ran in the bathroom with this man's semen on her stomach and put it in her stuff. She violated. I don't know how he's responsible for that.
So hey, it's when the semen is, this is stupid, Sharon, that you're saying we need a doctor in the house, but when it's dry, you know it's dead. But if it still look like still, you know what I'm saying? Like it's still a small risk that she can get pregnant if she gets in there it right away. But it's a high risk, obviously, if it's a side, it's gonna be alive. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, staying alive. But if she takes it fast enough and puts it in there while it's still running, like eggs.
Yeah.
If it's still running like some eggs, it's a possibility.
Hey, Ali,
she can possibly get pregnant.
My God.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how you really know it was premeditated. If
Hey.
she did her homework, if she doesn't have any medical background, she knows that sperm, semen only lives outside the human body for a certain amount of time before it has to be frozen to a certain low temperature in order to keep it viable. So because this was premeditated and it was done, I absolutely believe all states should start considering, all leaders should start considering and taking it seriously that a woman would make you legally responsible or make you a father. What if this man had sickle cell trait and you didn't know that? What if he had some sort of illness or something, or now you bringing in a disabled baby into this world, and just like he said,
this woman don't care. This woman doesn't care about. She just only thing she cared about was having that. If everything is 100% that this is how she got pregnant with the 100.
Was that competition? Was that competition, Sharon?
That she don't care what the baby came out as long as the baby came out and it was his baby. That's the only thing she cares, so she could get child support and to say that she has this famous.
Yeah,
baby. So she didn't care what it came out.
You saying have a baby by me being a millionaire? If that's what you
pretty much that was her thought. Yeah. If everything is 100, what he's saying, I think that's the biggest. Hey, listen.
Let me tell you why
have no
I believe
reason
in
not to
Sharon.
believe him. The story is quite fantastic, but I
don't y'all
actually
think,
have a reason
ACO,
to
before you go,
not
and much love to my brother Dat Shack with the $10 super chat. Brother Ali got a new camera angle. Much love to you, my brother, with the $10 super chat.
We just got $10, Ken folk. You know what that means, right? We back on our feet again. I ain't gonna hold you. Support the healing people.
That's crazy.
And then my brother James Moore with the $5 super chat. It's all on him. That swimmer could have jumped. That swimmer could have jumped the gun. Man, it's crazy, boy. Hold on. Let me get that one too, boy. That's
Hey, thank you for $5. We gonna keep marching.
See, y'all got putting the women in there, Sharon. And then my brother Dat Shack has become an official member as well too. What up? That's what I'm talking about. People don't know it, but he's actually my biological brother. I'm gonna get him on the panel one of these days, but he's my actually biological brother. People don't really know it. That's if y'all see the resemblance.
Oh,
that's what it is, but people don't realize it. But you know what I'm saying. But what you
both
talking
got a
about?
bald head?
No. What except for the bald head? What you talking about the eggs though, Sharon? Sunny side up. What you saying? You saying?
I ain't saying my no goddamn egg yolk.
You said something was sunny side up, man. You were saying, oh, that was CO. CO was about to say something.
I don't forgot, man. Yeah. I said I believe him, Sharon, because Drake was prepared for a situation like that, right? That means he had to experience it before with the Tabasco sauce. Have you heard of that story?
I heard of the Tabasco story. Yes.
What was it?
So, but now correlate that to actually getting pregnant, though. Like, like I think that's the problem that we have. Like, I'm not saying that a woman cannot try to scoop it up off her stomach and then try to do whatever she got to do to get in a syringe, fingers, whatever. But to say now you getting pregnant off of that, this is the first time in the history of pregnancies. 100-yard dash to the bathroom, lock the door with a
100-yard dash, the bathroom right there.
Okay, I'm being facetious. I'm just saying that's a lot of movement.
And it's a little, you know,
it's a lot of movement for
it's a little runny. Sharon
probably had the hand to catch it, and then it pulled, and then she and then.
Bro, listen, all I'm saying is this:
she might have put in a belly button and had it covered up.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is this: a lot of people struggle getting pregnant. For this woman to have a 100-yard dash baby is crazy to me, in my
Hey,
opinion.
some
But
people don't miss, Sharon. What you say? Something don't was a miss or something? What do you say?
she need a new profession. She need to be a artificial inseminator. That's what she need to be.
No. I said what y'all be saying. That list don't miss.
Oh yeah, the list
don't miss.
The list don't miss. I ain't gonna lie, no, it be straight on point.
Okay, but y'all don't y'all believe though something has to come into play where the women are being oh, this was another thing. Don't y'all think laws need to be changed where a woman can get impregnated by a man, and even if she don't marry him, she automatically becomes a millionaire? So she had a baby. Don't you think laws need to be changed to where a lot of these women are having sex with these ballers, with these people with a lot of money, and she ultimately almost becomes a millionaire overnight because she had his baby? Don't you think those laws need to change where just because you have a baby with a woman don't mean that your bills get paid because you had a baby with the person? So for instance, Anthony Edwards, the lady that had a baby by him, instantly a millionaire. He ain't even married a woman. Child support forever is going to make her rich forever. Don't you think those laws need to be changed, man? That where women can just use a child to pay her bills?
No.
Yeah, I think it definitely should be capped. If they got the number of what it would cost to raise a kid or children these days, it should be capped at that number.
Nah,
the cap should be what it takes to take care of that. The bills going into to that child. What preferably should be happening is joint custody. We know a lot of times that might not be possible, especially if people got to work, right? Both people have to work, but there should be a cap of how much money this child needs in order to function in both parents' households.
Educate me on this. Is it isn't it set up like, I don't know for sure, but
for average people, Chris, yes. But when like I'm saying, the NBA, the reason why women have these babies with these ballers is because they can just be rich overnight. They don't have to marry them. They just have.
So you're saying that the judges they don't require the same things for people who aren't with people who are of a higher monetary status, meaning that they don't go by what your living situation is, meaning they don't go by your income.
They go by your income.
They go by your income.
Yeah, so they go by your income and what you need to sustain your way of living. So isn't it the same ruling for everyone regardless of?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh,
it is.
What's the same ruling, y'all?
Like based off of your salary. So if a man is making $40,000 a year, it would make sense that the judge would say, damn, okay, we're going to say you need to pay $75 every 2 weeks. And I had a friend whose baby daddy couldn't even pay $75 every 2 weeks. What is that, $125?
There's people out there like that. No.
Okay.
So therefore, if he made 40 mil,
exactly. They're going to go based off the percentage of that. So it's not like that's why they'll get pregnant by a man worth $40 million than a man worth $40.
That's why I say that it should be capped. There should be a cap.
You shouldn't cap it just because you're rich.
You shouldn't get. First of all,
I should protect you because
first of all,
sex with sluts, knowing that you are worth tens of millions of dollars. That dick is special. Lock it up.
So you can be promiscuous and have casual sex, and whoever you have sex with, whoever you want to, but the guy got to be way more protective with his manhood because a woman could take advantage of him.
What? A woman wouldn't be worth 40 million.
Dale, listen what I'm saying. Like we have this is a societal issue that we have.
On the flip side, we see it works on the flip side as well. We see what happened with
it started working. It started working.
It's not started working. We see it happened to Britney Spears, and we see other successful.
Name five more people.
Kelly Clarkson. I forgot.
Halle Berry.
Journey Smollett, her husband suing her years later, $1 million of her dollars.
It's rare.
Who else? Kelly.
It's just rare. We're not saying this.
Hold on. So hold on again. So now we going into the realm that we saying that the court system is going to the person that cannot afford it. So if I have a baby with Rihanna, and then I get the opportunity to say, no, I gotta take care of the baby because she gotta go out on tour, she's gonna have to pay me. Straight up.
That's a whole different. No, listen.
No, but what I'm saying that makes it fair is that the person that is maintaining the baby, the other person gotta pay that 17%. That makes it fair.
Exactly.
You doing this on purpose to me again? Sharon, you're arguing two different things. I'm not saying it's not fair that the person should pay a certain amount of income to take care of the child if you're not spending the most time with it, right? But there should be a cap off. If you're if you have a baby with a millionaire, don't mean you should get way more money because you had a baby with a millionaire.
Yes, it does. So if it does, because what you're saying that, so if I have, so to just have this hypothetical baby with Rihanna, so you saying that she shouldn't pay 70%, she should have a cap at 20,000 to just give a number. Let's just give a number so we're not going to argue.
It's like what? See, my lifestyle.
So whoever it is, once they get to 100,000, you can't go past that. Even though that person is a billionaire.
We have that's why it's a single parent household. When that baby goes over to that trailer, that's the lifestyle that they're going to experience. When they come over to my mansion, that's the lifestyle they're going to experience. She don't get my mansion experience because she had a baby with me.
Why would you want to do that to your baby's mother? That's so damn dumb, Ali. Like,
what do you mean doing the baby?
But if you wanna, you gotta come visit the parents.
Why is having a man's baby financial advice?
Exact. That's crazy that you're saying that. Why you having a baby with a man that you're not going to work it out with? Why you having a baby? Y'all hold on. Can I let Sharon? You know you. Sharon.
We have to slow this conversation down. So
we are going to show. But she said, no.
Hold on, Ali. We got to slow down.
Sharon Bracy. We are going to hold down. Let's slow it down real quick, right?
Please slow it down.
I'm saying, just because you make millions of dollars doesn't mean that the person you had a child with gets to experience those millions of dollars. Your child can experience it when they come to your house. They experience their lifestyle when they go to that other person's house. Your child already is getting it. So, Dalen, you're not mistreating the mother or vice versa. I'm not saying what's happening with Halle Berry is right too. When you go over daddy house, you're getting what daddy does. When you go to mama house, you're getting what mama does. If mama wanted to have that lifestyle, she'll live with daddy, and then both of y'all can have that lifestyle.
I hear what you're saying. Before, hold on, Miss Christian. Let me just say this. And before you say, because the courts don't work in the man's favor, why doesn't that rich man take custody of his own damn children so he don't have to worry about their children saying, Daddy, I didn't take a shower in 2 days because we didn't have any water because mommy's broke, and you got to wait to clean your ass or go to Disneyland or have fun. You shouldn't want your child to experience the luxuries as if it's a privilege. It is your right because that is your father.
Dalen, the courts have a bias towards women. The courts do not. Listen, wait. Just let me, because you said, why don't he just take the child? It takes a lot to get the child from the woman. So that's not an easy process. That process, wait, that process could take up to 10 years, right? That woman would have to be on drugs, have visible proof of abuse and neglect of the child.
Not want her kids.
Not want the kids. Yeah, it takes a lot.
Like if we're going to have an intentional conversation, especially when you said,
because I want to say that it doesn't always have to get to the extreme. Also, adding to the fact that men, it doesn't mean you don't love your child. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But men will not say, no, I want full custody. So it's like when you say that, oh, she would have to be a crackhead, this, that, and the third. If parents really wanted to have joint custody, they could. If the parent that is earning the most, you have a great career. You can prove that you can provide a home, a good education, a safe neighborhood, good medical care, all of these things. You are that parent. There is no damn court here that would say if you have all those things and you want custody of your child, that they won't grant it to you. There are a lot of men who can have their children, but they are saying, well, they're fine with their mother because we know it is a beautiful burden to have your children with you all the time, as having kids can be a small inconvenience. And if you're a tens of millionaire, you don't want your kids with you.
First of all, hold on. We got to address what Dalen just said, right? First of all, if we're having a good faith conversation, the man is going to get shamed for taking the woman to court. Men get shamed every day for taking their woman to court. Women only say this when it's convenient, when we're on the panel. You should go fight for your children. Number two, men don't want to take his kids away from the women because you want to be with the kids as well too, right? Let's be honest about it. You don't want those kids taken away from you, especially if you love your children. Number three, why are you telling the man to come take the kids from you? Why aren't women in droves, in mass, giving the kid to the father if we feel like they'll have better results as well too? No matter what we're talking about and doing here, just like a relationship, women will fight to the T to keep this man from having his child, typically, especially when he wants to be the father. Now, when he don't want to be a father, he a deadbeat. But if the woman still like him, if the woman still wants power and control over the man, still wants to mess up his life because they didn't get to stay together, or because he may be living a better lifestyle, or she's just a better woman, she's going to make it very difficult for that man to get custody of his kids and to see his kids as well too.
And how would that look? Explain it to me. Show me that. What would that look like?
How would what look?
One example. If they're in the courtroom and all of what you said is true, what would the judge base all of that what you said on and say, okay, the child is going to go with the mother?
Well, the child is young, and we don't want to separate.
That ain't all. That,
the child is young.
That ain't. That's not all that I
experience.
said. That's not all that I said. So Cio, you can go right. The first part is the fact that nobody wants to take their woman to court. That's why a lot of men don't take the woman to court. How is that not true, Dalen?
What do you mean take them to court? If we're talking,
Most men don't want to take a woman to court, and they would be shamed for taking a woman to court. But I'm saying, can you address that since you want to go slow? Do most men want to take the woman of the child, the woman, the mother of their child to court?
For several reasons.
No,
there's a lot
they
of
want to.
Why? There ever have to be a reason why you would need to take the mother to court? So no, I don't think that.
Dalen,
would
all I'm saying is men don't move. Men don't move like women. Like when women get divorces and women want money, soon as they divorce, women want half the man's assets. Or they want resources. Men ain't like women. They ain't trying to take your money. They ain't trying to take your resources.
Because you didn't want the woman to go to work. You didn't want her. You wanted her barefoot in the kitchen.
That's not today. That's not traditional. Don't make this argument like most women are traditional.
Then you can't expect the woman to. If there are women that says there's a limit to it. If you want half of everything and you didn't really do much for it, you can say that's extreme. But for a woman that says no, if this is not going to work out and I'm going to keep the kids, you're going to maintain our lifestyle. And there are men that make enough money to say, well, yeah, we may not work out, but I'm not going to be bitter and keep you from the money that keeps you safe, keeps our children safe, and keeps, the co-parenting lifestyle comfortable. You don't have to say, well, no, I'm not giving her nothing. For what? That's bitter.
Go ahead, CEO. If CEO was next. And then Chris, and then Sharon.
Dalen, the court what it would look like in court, the judge, especially if it's a female, but it don't even matter. The judge, right, is not going to want to separate the child while the child is in the first 5 years, right? That's very rare, right? The woman would have to be a terrible woman, and then you would have to also prove that she's a terrible woman. So it's like it's leaning in the woman's favor off jump, no matter what type of life you can provide for the kid. You could be LeBron James. It's still going to be in the mother's favor. It don't matter. That's just how it is. That's just how the system is built. And Ali, men are taking their women to court, right? But they're giving up because years and years go by and all this money is being spent, and they're not getting any results. You feel me? You could win custody of your kid, and then she could still disappear. You could file all the paperwork you want, and she could just go ghost, and nothing will happen.
That's not true.
And what state?
How you gonna tell me what I experienced is not true? Like that's real life.
That's not true.
What states do you think happen?
Hey, hold on. He got to respond. Hold on, Dalen. Let Sharon respond to what CEO just asked outside the fact that he just said it's not true. Sharon, because you did that to me earlier. Why is what he just said not true?
What he's saying is not true because when men go to court, majority of the time, his personal situation, I don't know about his personal situation. Majority of the time, people get 50-50 custody. That is what's happening in these court situations on majority scale. Do we have these one-offs when a woman is absolutely taking full advantage of the court and lie and she do some foul shit? Probably whatever happened to the genius. He got that one woman that did some fouls. Yes, those things happen. Can a man do it as well? Yes, those things happen. But when we talk about in general population, people get 50-50. Majority of the time, the reason why the woman gets the child is because the man leaves the house. So a judge do not want to take the kid out of the house that is already in. So when we break up and you leave, That child is now in this home. A judge had to be proven, like how the genius said with this whole, all these other different situations, that he would have to prove that this mother is unfit for you to take the child out the house, because now the kid, supposedly her argument is that now the kid has a routine to go by. The kid lives there, could possibly go to school, depends on when y'all break up. So it got a lot of factors in this conversation.
So you said most men that fight, it ends up in 50-50?
But here's the thing, Ali.
No, that's not true.
Here's the thing.
You respond right away. I just want to debunk that real quick. It's 40 to 50% of those cases that go to court end up in 50-50 custody, Sharon. Not most of the cases.
Hold on, Dalen. She asked me, what does that look like? Right? And I explained to her what it looks like. So for you to say that's not true, right? That's what I have an issue with. I know in general,
you, Dalen, not you, Sharon.
Not you. I know that what you just explained, it happens that way, but I'm giving her an example of what it would look like, right? So for you to, when I'm explaining something that's real life, for you to say it's not true, that's why I reacted that way. You feel what I'm saying?
No problem. And I think the misconception, like I thought you was talking in general still, and not your personal situation on how somebody took advantage of the court system to do something foul to you. Because I'm talking in general. So me and you are clear.
All right, cool.
Shout out to my brother Bezo and Chris, go right after with a $20 super chat. Shout out to the super simp Sharon, enjoying the show. Peace to you and Fatty. Much love to you, my brother, as well too.
Thank you for the $20. So you the bomb. Yo, what the?
And then my brother Narratives and Dialogue with the $5 super chat. Sharon is switching the narrative in this dialogue in order to win this argument. She should be sued if she got pregnant knowingly to entrap Kwafi. Much love to you, my brother.
I never argued it.
Thank you for the $5. We were all born to be untouchable.
And then my brother Bezo with a $2 super chat. Women use kids for financial gain. Stop the BS. And they meant to put Sharon on there, but I think they didn't have enough.
But that's and we both know that's not true too.
What's not true?
Yes, it is. I'm caping for these.
Chris, you next.
Oh, okay.
And then Big 03 with the $5 super chat. A majority of the cases don't go to court when they agree to 50-50. They have to agree first. Much love, my brother. Brother Big.
Hey, thank you for $5. We gonna keep marching.
And y'all, we just need 13 more members and 90 more in the Cash App to reach our goals, man. For the show, man. Thank you for the super chat, helping us reach the super chat goal. Go ahead, my brother. Excuse me, my sister Chris.
So our original conversation had to do about do we think that there should be a cap on people who make more money? And so I asked the question earlier about when you're in the courtroom with the judge's ruling on the rich and not as rich is the same, and we all answered yes on that. So in this case, is this a question of we're saying we think or we feel there should be a cap and leniency given to the rich versus people not as rich because they make more money? Is that what we're?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my stand. Same way.
Okay.
What CEO was saying. Well, I think in any case, the child should get the money adequate enough to pay for that child. A child shouldn't be used to be able to pay your bills. So if I want to take my woman, let's say I want custody of my child, the amount of child support she should pay to me should be enough to take care of my child. All the bills that go with the child, 50-50.
So there's a report, right? That's given to the judge. Is there a report that's given to the judge based on the income that you have for
there
them
is.
to determine?
There is, but that's why sometimes when, like what Dalen was talking about, that like I think some of the child support that's being paid, if the father isn't, and I think a father that's involved should help with the bills, but the fathers who not involved too, they should get held more liable than the fathers who not involved. But it's crazy to me to see cases where a man is only paying, if he's not involved with his kids, like $75 or $100. Those are that's crazy to me. That's not enough to pay anything with what the mother's going through. So
and that's the average.
Yeah, I think that is the average as well. But no. But are those fathers typically are involved or not involved? I think most fathers are involved with their children, right?
That's the average. Average meaning average. So that's involved and non-involved. That's what is awarded. So this idea that women are gaining some kind of serious financial gain on a majority sense is just not a true story. I got a question to the two fathers on the panel. The genius, how much of your income do you give to your child?
My children, 5 of them?
Yes.
Damn near 80.
Thank you. So don't complain about no goddamn 17% when it goes the other way. Because that's what real fathers do. We put damn near all of our money into our goddamn children.
No, that's
for us to have a cap.
Hey, Sharon, that's a bad thing. Hey, Sharon.
No, it's
not because he lives. Hey, Sharon, all of us live with our Sharon. All of us live. Sharon, all our money goes to our women and children, right? But most of us live with our women and children, so your money can go to your children as well too. Like they're living with. No, Sharon, can we slow down just a little bit? You like to slow down, right?
You stopped me in my.
It's going to be very difficult for the father to do the same things if he's not with the mother of his child. They're both provided for two different places now. They're not with each other. So doesn't it change? It changed the whole scenario. The father got to provide for himself, and he got to provide for her place as well too.
No, you having two different conversations. We talking about somebody that is a 100 millionaire. He don't have no problem with taking care of 10 families. We ain't talking about regular Joe Schmo. The only reason why I asked the genius how much of his income that he used towards his children, because majority of fathers, they use all of their income for their goddamn children. So to say that we need to put a cap on a goddamn millionaire it doesn't make any sense. He need to pay his 17% the same way how everybody else that get caught up in whatever this court system is, he got paid his 17%. If they are paying 20 and 25%, something of that nature, and then I would have to understand, like, you know what? Okay, that is being unfair.
I agree. Making a poor man pay the most he can pay, but the richest man wants to pay the lowest he can pay.
So, Sharon, we got to do a little bit more studying on this because y'all just say not y'all, Sharon, you just saying, just like you said, most men that fight for their kids get joint custody. That wasn't true. This says not all men pay 17% either. That people are misconstruing that with certain locations like Texas, where that may happen as well too, where that happens, but it's not all in all locations.
Right, but you trying to argue something.
I'm not trying to be like
you're going about statewide, right? So different states, some states might have 13, 14, 16, 17. It just doesn't go past 17. So
you just said all of them was 17.
If that is the argument, then yes, I 100% concede to that. Some states have a different percentage limit.
Why do you think a father should pay different than another man? Why? If you don't believe that, if you were fine, see, that's another thing. If you was fine with the 17%, why aren't you fine with the fathers just coming up with a certain number where a child should be taken care of and paid for? Why are you not fine with that?
I don't understand the question.
So you were saying that all these men, first you said they all capped that they did the 17%. Now you're saying they don't do the 17% because what we saw, right? But all I'm saying is you conceded. You said it was 17%. They all were paying, right? What I'm saying is why
that's the cap. The cap is 17. The cap is 17%. So what usually happens when you go to court first, and then they ask you to mediate first. That's what happens first. If you can mediate a deal between you and the mother, then whatever that is, y'all could go ahead and go y'all separate ways, and y'all agree to whatever that thing is. Which a lot of people they do well as that as well. Also, majority of people are not actually in child support court. Majority of people are not taking a spouses, girlfriends, or whatever, baby mothers and baby daddies to court in the first place. So it's a very small percentage of people actually going to court. And then the ones that actually do go to court and they win, and we talking about these deadbeat fathers and the ones that are involved, the average is around like $300 a month. It's not some financial gain where they are putting this on a situation where, oh, now I could. It's not that. So to have it as something like Anthony Edwards, when young lady, whatever that young lady is, she became a millionaire because she had a baby by a basketball player, is just not a good argument because it rarely happens.
I agree.
Who said that?
Oh yeah, I be cooking up.
I said that before. I gotta be a little messy before I run up out of here.
Oh, that's what it is. That's where you had to drop the bomb, Dalen. So this one, this is the topic I wanted to address, like as the main thing, right? Are y'all familiar what happened with the brother Jaden Ivey?
Oh yeah, he got kicked.
I
from
heard
the
about it. I didn't really dive in.
Let me share that real quick. My share gonna be kind of funny because I don't know why IG doing me like this, but
Team. What did I do to the players? I did nothing but practice with them, play with them, pass the ball to them, good teammate to them. Said good job, good shot. I said, good job, good pass. Way to play, bro. Right? I said these things to my teammates. Was never detrimental to them. So why is it that the NBA and the Chicago Bulls say that I'm detrimental to the team? How? Because I believe in the truth. Because I know Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. How? How is my conduct detrimental to the team? Because of what I believe. Because of what the truth is. Team.
So I believe in freedom of speech, 100%. I believe in people's right to vocalize themselves and express themselves as well too. So what I want to shed light is that the cancel culture that keeps surrounding around the people that ideally seem like they support what the American culture and foundation is built on. But then when you speak against the thing that you think is supposed to support it, they remove those people. So first question I want to ask is this, and again, I don't want to get too deep into religion. It's just the on surface conversation. First part, can you be Christian and support homosexuality in Pride Month?
Yes.
Can you explain to me how, if God doesn't support it?
Because you can choose to believe in the existence of something and also acknowledge that you cannot be what is it, like not the reflection, but you can't be that thing. You can choose to believe something exists and believe in the faith, but you can also acknowledge I'm flawed and I'm a sinner. But to that, I just want to say, I think if I watched the whole thing, I don't know if he said that's evil or not, but I think that if they offered him his job back, he would take it. And my issue is, why would you want to be associated with an employer or an organization that would fire you, take food out of your mouth and your children's mouth, and take that dream away? Not every ball player gets drafted. That's a big deal. Why would you want to go back to any environment in which they would condemn you, and not only that, take your livelihood away because of your faith? I don't like that he came to the internet whining and crying about it, because we all know these elite organizations and groups, we all know what they ran by and who runs them and what the real goal here is: control, power, and manipulation. And if you want those millions of dollars, you're gonna have to deal with it. So I don't know why he
no, but even then, like what you just said, he came on whining and crying. Isn't that what we would expect men to do in certain capacity, to stand up for what's right, stand up for what they truly believe in? Or isn't that what we're asking men to do? There's a lot of black men that condemned him for speaking how he's speaking in order to support the status quo and their corporations and their big honchos and people who make money. But if this country really stands on the ideals of so-called righteousness, Christian faith, how can you support the behavior? And all respect to the people who have that behavior, even if you're against the behavior, how is the person that's supporting the ideal thing and the foundation that the country's built off, supposedly, but you're promoting Pride Month, but you're saying you're a Christian nation, or you won't admit you're a Christian nation? I'll take that back. But the people are supporting Christianity, but supporting homosexuality at the same time. And I asked you that, Dalen, how is it possible to support it? If you're actual Christian, how is it possible for you to support homosexuality at the same time if God doesn't support it?
The same way he looks down upon children before wedlock and premarital sex and not eating
Did you support that?
And gluttony. I absolutely support gluttony and premarital sex. I'm already doing it. You know, I can't sit here and say that. Because what is it going to be? I'm not going to deny the existence of God, but I am going to be real about it. I cannot do what a nun does. I can believe and know that this is the right thing I should be doing, but I can acknowledge that I won't do it. I'm gonna have sex before marriage. I already had a child out of wedlock. I love shrimp. You're not supposed to eat it. I drink more than 2 glasses of wine when I get off work. You're not supposed to overindulge. Gluttony, my favorite sin. I overeat all the time. So there are different things that I do that goes against the word, but I can't sit up there and say, oh, because I'm going against it, I'm gonna denounce it. So I think people just need to know what you choose to believe in and acknowledge when you're not being a reflection of what you believe in.
But is that two separate things? Like if I drink and smoke, do you support your child drinking and smoking? Do you support someone drinking and smoking? Like you're holding yourself accountable. Like what you're expressing is accountability. Should you support it though? So for instance, let's say you're an assassin, right? You work as an assassin. Do you support people killing? Like are you Christian, Dalen?
I don't like to get into that.
Damn. Okay. So if someone is Christian and they say they believe in God, does God support this? Is sin, killing someone a sin?
Murder is a sin, yes.
Yeah. So if you're a Christian, should you support killing even if you kill? Like you admit you kill, but should you support killing if you're a Christian?
You should not support murder, but I absolutely will defend having to go to the furthest length to defend yourself. So I can't say thou shalt not never kill, because if somebody come up in my house with my family, there's an eagle to your forehead, and that's on God, Jesus, and all 12 of the disciples. So it's levels to it. You have to analyze things because you can't look at everything under one scope. You have to look at it, go into depth about things.
Okay. So how about Sharon? I'm gonna go to Sharon. Let me see what Sharon says. Sharon,
okay,
can you?
Y'all, I got to go.
Nice meeting you, Dalen.
Hey, tell them happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, guys. It was so lovely.
Why you smiling, Sharon?
It was so lovely talking to you guys. Y'all are so well spoken. It was some shade, but love. I love my Black people. I hope y'all have a good remainder of the show. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Hey, I just got it. You're a fool, by the way.
Sharon, I'm asking you next, Sharon. If you're a Christian, should you support homosexuality?
Should is a very strong word. Oh my God. I don't know if should is the right word, but you absolutely can. I'm not sure about the should part. Should is a word that I'm not sure if I could. I don't know how I feel about the word should. But can you? Yes, you absolutely can. And also for the other point that you had, about the country being a Christian country. Actually, this country is built on no religion. That is one of the
I agree, but
one of the main things. And then number two, also all those things that you do in the workforce and as a individual is also protected by the Constitution as well. So for him as a Christian to hold the NBA to a value that the NBA honestly doesn't hold, that we all understand that it doesn't. It's just not fair to the NBA, in my opinion. If you got your standard, you got to stand on your own standard.
If the NBA could push Pride Month and you support homosexuality and you love being gay, NFL says I'm gay, should someone get fired for standing against it and say, I don't believe in that? Like they're not attacking nobody, they're not vilifying nobody, not trying to delete nobody. They're just saying, I stand against the behavior. You don't necessarily have to be against the people, you're against the behavior. Just like I wouldn't support people smoking, even if I smoke or they smoke, but I still support the person. So it's the behavior. But if the Bible, what I don't understand in this country is so many people profess to be Christians. They swear God up and down, but so many people do not embody or conduct themselves in that manner. That's not a direct contradiction of a lot of people and a lot of organizations as well too, when you're supporting someone's belief. But if someone doesn't support it, they get fired. If they come out and say it, they get fired. Like if the NBA, like for instance, when NFL was saying the NFL is gay. What if the NFL said the NFL is a housewife? Like what if it did that? Or do you get what I'm saying? It's pushing LGBT, or the NFL is polygamous. Like I don't understand how they'll support certain lifestyles, but then you won't push a different lifestyle. So if we're going to support LGBT behaviors and say someone can love men, someone can love women, someone can love all of them, someone can be all of them, why don't you push other types of behaviors as well too? Why do you just push the selected behaviors that you're choosing? Like Sharon, don't you believe that if they support that, shouldn't they support polygamy?
Press the button.
Which button I'm pressing?
Oh my God.
No, the airplane. Like how you told us earlier. You said whenever you start getting a little
I can't
long,
find it. I can't find it.
So the NBA and NFL, if you know anybody that ever played in those organizations, if you are married, they actually have a very heavy religious factor to that. They have like wife school for the players. So the wives, they got to go through wife school. They hang out with other NBA or NFL wives, and they got to go to religious schools and everything. As a wife, a part of that organization. So I think somebody like him, I'm not sure, is that young brother married?
I don't know if he was married in a relationship, but because he got removed, his woman left him.
So then he wasn't married, most likely. So what I'm saying that if he was bringing some kind of disgruntledness to the organization, then the organization have every right to say, hey, what you're doing is not being conducive to our organization. Same thing happened with Mark Jackson with the Golden State Warriors. The players said, hey, he keep pushing religion on us instead of pushing basketball. They got rid of his ass. So you also can't just act as if because he is being righteous that everybody else was.
Is that not a direct? Is not that a direct comment? Is this not what we talk about in politics? The fact that the Democrats and Republicans push freedom of speech, but then they cancel each other when they say something they don't agree with. If you can push homosexuality, why can't he push Jesus? And I'm not a Bible thumper. I believe in a higher power. I don't push Christianity. But if you can push homosexuality, why can he not push Christianity?
Because so whatever the reason why NBA is pushing whatever they're doing it for a business reason. They're not doing it for a moral reason.
No. I'm asking you, forget their reason.
And I'm explaining why the NBA, so to speak, is pushing this pride situation, whatever the thing is. I'm not too versed in it. They doing it for business. They're not doing it for morality. He's only doing it for morality, and that's where the issue lies in. So the organization say, hey, we don't care about morale. They saying it. We care about business, bringing more money in, and so so that shows that the organization is about business, not morality, and that he keeps pushing morality against the organization.
I think it's more a distraction. They make the NBA makes way more money off heterosexuals than homosexuals, Sharon. I think it's more like the country. I feel like we want to talk about immigration, want to talk about race, want to talk about religion, want to talk about sexual orientation to deflect from the actual serious issues when like people struggling with the cost of living, struggling with housing, struggling with medical care. So instead of focusing on the big honchos or the people who actually dividing us and making it hard to survive, they want us focusing on those type of conversations. So we're always focusing on that and not focusing on the main issues. So now we're focusing on the fact that, hey, and it's gonna make you mad. It's gonna engulf you in anger. Dang, you keep firing people because they support Jesus and religion and going against homosexuality, but you still pushing homosexuality on everybody, and you pushing Pride Month on everybody, but he can't push Jesus.
So
same thing happened to Tebow. Remember, same thing happened to Tebow.
The thing is that he's using his own personal morality, and he's saying that the NBA is not being moral, right? That's his argument, correct?
Who? His argument?
Yeah, the young man.
He's saying you should push Jesus. From what I saw, he was saying he pushes Jesus, and the NBA is pushing homosexuality. Yes,
right. So he's using this morality standard, right? But the NBA is saying that they're using business standard, and so therefore they know that being gay, right, may be a small portion if they was to just hone in on just strictly what that community brings in. But however, those people that is a part of that community, they have straight people that's a part of that community. They have straight mothers and straight fathers, and you will trickle down a line of other people. I ain't dealing with the NBA because you are pushing my son out. You're pushing my daughter out that decides to go in a different direction.
Right.
So
they're hypocrites.
They're
hypocrites. They'll believe in belief. I mean, in belief.
No, but who's the hypocrite? Because NBA is business first. They're not a morality police.
No. When it's convenient, they are. Listen, morality means don't condemn. they'll get behind religion and say it pushes hate. They'll condemn people who go against homosexuality because say that's not moral. You're pushing hate. So they are moral police when it's convenient. But if you push Jesus, you're pushing divide, you pushing belief, you pushing your own standard of way of life on people. But homosexuality isn't. I agree with what you're saying. It's about money. No, okay. I think it's more about. I think it's the illusion is about money, but it's more of a distraction. I believe it's more of a distraction because when you really think about it, it's a very small percent of the population who engages in those type of behaviors, but it's something they want the majority of people to talk about. So you're angry about. So a person who's believes in Jesus, be like, yo, why y'all keep removing me when I'm supporting my God and I'm against the behavior that my God supports, but you're not removing the people that's pushing homosexual behaviors. Like I get it. It gets people to talk. Like race is a huge issue in our country, right, Sharon?
Yes.
White people will say, I hate that you bunch all of us in the same box and think we're all the same. White people will do that, right?
Okay.
But then they'll bunch other white people together and make them the same, like Republicans and Democrats. Then they'll bunch all the Mexicans together, all the Arabs together, all the Asians together, all the Muslims together. So the very thing that they preach against, they'll do when it's convenient. That's all I'm saying. But I do agree with you in saying that a lot of it is about money and power at the end of it. So at the root of it, I think it is money. So even if you're deflecting or you're creating distractions, it's about getting to the money. It's the people. They want the people who have money to have more money, and they want the people who don't have money not even focus on the fact they don't have money because they took the money away. They took the gold and silver away. They took the cash away. They took the cars away. Now we're about to be spending crypto. They taking land away and real estate away, getting people to invest in multifamily. So I will concede to the fact it's about money, but I don't think it's the fact that the homosexuality aspect is just a distraction to make it seem like they actually care about gay people, but they don't. Because they don't even care about their own people.
I think, okay. I think we understand.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
But do you think, all I'm asking y'all is, do you think people should get fired for it though? Do you think they should get fired?
I don't think people should get
fired.
Not
about what they're doing, Sharon. And I know what you say, they're protecting their best interest to make it seem like they like everybody, they cool with everybody. But do you think that people should get fired for their beliefs?
Once you start imposing on the people personally, then yeah, you can get fired for it.
Okay, so should gay people get fired? Should the organization?
So what I'm saying, I don't believe the NBA is imposing on people to turn into something that they're not already. They just say, hey, if you are that is your choice. We in support of that. They are not forcing nobody to be that.
You got Netflix?
I do.
Do you watch? I know you watch the kids stuff too, right? Do you not see a lot of the stuff pushing homosexuality onto those cartoons and in the movies and shows as well too, more than ever? You'll be watching and be like, oh Lord, what was that? Like, you don't be doing that a lot.
I've seen it happen. Yes.
Is that imposing?
No.
Do you want to see it?
No.
So when you put it on my television or on my movie, or you put it in everything in my kids' shows, are you imposing it?
No, you're not imposing. I think it is a part of society, and we're gonna have to just accept that as a part of society. You got to control what your children see. Like my kids, they can't watch YouTube, right? We don't listen to raunchy music. Like you got to control as much as you control. That's why I took my kids out of school and homeschool them. So I don't believe.
Man, that's not true. But when we was in the back before you got on, you was listening to Move, Get Out the Way.
But you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's imposing just because people are putting them into movies or cartoons or any of those things. There's plenty of kissing in movies that shouldn't even be in PG-13s. They show, people kissing when it's like, I thought it was a family movie. I don't think they're imposing. You just gotta be very careful about understanding what you let your children see. It's more of it not in kids' situations than it is.
Isn't it? Didn't they come up with some inclusive law to where they have to put like black? They didn't come with no law like that. That's a myth. No. That's not made up. They didn't come up with no law like that.
No.
What was the law
on TV? on television and shows, it was something about they have to have a certain amount of black people, a certain amount of gay people in shows and movies now. Like it's in everything, but I thought there was a certain law they passed or something. I don't know.
I don't know about it being law.
But have you been seeing it a lot too?
Like, yeah, I it is a lot of it in kids shows. It's geared towards children from the age of 3 to like 7. That's weird. I don't think
why do they need to see that?
I don't think any type of sexuality should be promoted to children.
Matter of fact, Sharon, what do you think about like the trans reading? Like they'll get trans to go to school and read books to kids. What you think about that?
I think if it's happening in your school, you need to go talk to your school district.
No, is that imposing? Is that imposing?
Is it imposing? I don't think it's imposing. No. Oh shit! I don't think it's imposing. No.
What would you call it?
That is a person reading a book.
Yo, ain't it? No. Why does
if it was a person reading a book, it'd just be called reading time. It wouldn't be called drag reading time.
Yeah, drag reading time. It's literally called drag reading time.
You know what I'm saying?
So with the logic, so you're saying Black History Month is imposing Black history?
Yeah.
No, that's the subject.
No. So no,
right.
It is important. No, this is what he's trying to say, CO. It's the fact that you're trying to implement it, but we use impose, right? We can use impose, the word impose. You trying to put it within the culture to start shedding light on Black history. Yes, no one's disagreeing with that. But when you're pushing homosexuality and you're pushing a certain behavior onto children, go ahead, Sean.
So that's the issue. I don't think that is pushing sexuality on a kid because a drag queen is reading to a kid.
Why is a drag queen reading to a kid?
Yeah,
if they're just reading a story time, they reading Dr. Seuss. If a black person is reading Dr. Seuss, to me, that's not imposing sexuality on children.
Hold on, wait, I got it. What if the drag queen is reading gay BCs? That's a real book.
If that is happening, I think that is something that would be.
That's what's happening.
Okay? I never see it in no school on my side of town. I don't know where that's happening, and if that is happening, I believe parents need to do what they got to do. If
they started bringing monkeys to school,
I'm just saying that.
Let's say there's monkeys. We had talking monkeys, right? Monkeys started talking, and it was monkey reading time. Do you think there really is the emphasis that they're trying to put on reading, or you think they're putting emphasis on seeing the monkey as valuable by bringing them to do something look kind of innocent as reading, so it'll make it more innocent feeling that homosexuality? Well, the monkeys. Don't you think it's the way to tamper with the children to make them feel like it's more of an innocent thing when you have people coming to do something like that versus what it typically is looked at what drag is doing or how homosexuality could be viewed? Because you're bringing monkeys around kids, which you would probably want the kids to have the illusion that the monkeys are safe, right? And it's okay to monkey around.
I'm confused with the monkey around part.
Do you think if they start having talking monkeys come to the school, is it more about shedding light on reading, or is it more about making the monkeys make the kids feel safe around the monkeys?
Right.
If we have talking monkeys, man, that one is blowing my mind. That was crazy, but that was crazy, bro. But I would think it would be more about the ability that monkeys are able to talk and show kids about these animals that they interact. Schools bring animals to interact with kids all the time. So again,
no, like if you bring
I don't know about the sexuality part. I get the alarming part, but if they are actually doing this something called the gay BCs, I think that is something completely different because that is not a part of our literature, right? It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It ain't gay B, C, D, E, F, G. So that would be an issue for me.
Sharon, I don't know if you noticed,
but if it's just a drag person reading Dr. Seuss, that's not necessarily a problem for me. As long as you doing what is in guidelines of what's supposed to be happening in school, I don't give a damn what your orientation is for real. But also at the same time, I took my children out of school because I want to control what and when and how my kids learn.
Oh, why'd you take them out of school? What was it that it was learning you didn't like?
They was trying to erase Black history in schools, and this is why I took my kids out of school.
Oh, so you can notice that they're trying to take Sharon,
taking it away. Yes,
so Sharon,
something literally in the curriculum.
You
when you go to these school meetings, you could know what the curriculum is. You could actually advise them on what you want your children to learn in your school district. Right. So when we went to that meeting, we see what they was taking out.
Right. So if they're silent, so if they're
we didn't like that situation. So I decided to homeschool my kids.
If they try to silence people pushing Jesus and pushing being against homosexuality, are they trying to make it safe? They're trying to take away from people going against what God is preaching, right?
Wrong.
How?
Because religion is not in schools.
No. What was dangerous about Black history?
They was teaching a false history.
No.
They was trying to rewrite. They was attempting to rewrite. They was attempting to rewrite the history of what we had did for this country. And I want my children to.
I'm not disagreeing, but you said they were erasing Black history, correct?
Correct.
Right. So what's dangerous about Black history?
The danger is them not telling the truth about the history.
Are you sure they didn't just move Black history into American history?
They did a bunch of little subtle things within the text, like call them indentured slaves and like indentured servants, and they did a whole bunch of. It was a bunch of little things, but it was enough for me. Like, y'all playing with dangerous territory. I need my kids to actually learn the history so they can grow up to critically think for themselves.
You don't consider a drag and reading time a subtle thing?
No.
Ask him that. Do you want your kids taught homosexuality and taught about drag queen, drags?
I do not want my children to learn about sexuality before they time. No. Sexuality.
No, I didn't ask you about sexuality. I asked you about homosexuality. Do you want your
right?
kids
So
to learn?
just gay people. So gay people don't bother me at all. If I live in New York City, so if my kid is my kids walk down the street and two men or two women are holding hands, it's not something for us to bat an eyelash at.
So you don't think? So let me ask you this: if your kids saw, not your kids, I don't want to use your kids. If two kids went to school,
I'm saying we in general.
If two kids went to school every day seeing a man and woman kiss, that they see in a form of sexuality, right?
I guess yes, yeah, you can say that.
Those kids would connect that men and women kiss each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
If those kids went to school, the young kids, impressionable, still learning about what's safe, what's right, what you should do. Start a school said, hey, now we're going to have men and men kiss each other, women and women kiss each other. Would those kids be impressionable to start engaging in those behaviors as they get older and think see it as normal?
If you do it that way, yes.
Yeah. So it don't.
No.
Listen what you said. No. Listen what you said. Hold on. You said sexuality shouldn't be taught to the kids, right?
Correct.
So then you should be against drag reading too. But you were saying you're fine with it.
Right. But so now when we go into an actual school situation, the drag is not kissing another man, or they're not doing any PDA in front of the children. If they start doing things of that nature, and now this comes from reading Dr. Seuss to a sexuality situation, that is a complete violation.
No. It's still about the sexuality though. Even the drags. What are drag queens typically about? What do they do?
They dress. Is a man dressed in a woman's clothes?
How does he have to dress though for him to perceive as a woman? Does he dress like conservative, or do he dress sexual?
It depends. So what I'm saying is that, like, if they are at a school dressing sexy, then that's not appropriate. If they have some like short skirt, fishnet, they dress like they going to a goddamn strip club, that's inappropriate.
I'm asking you how are drags typically dressing conservative?
A man with a goddamn dress on, as long as he has a dress on, that's still drag to me. So he can have a conservative dress on, yes. So what something like what Drewski did, right? He dressed as a conservative woman. He was literally in drag, and he was not revealing.
Do you believe do you believe by nature, like women they have a natural sexuality about themselves, like just natural?
Ali, I gotta break out.
Not
bro.
two children.
Well, hey, we about to do final thoughts, man. So you ain't got to break like that.
Okay.
I'm trying to get
not two children. No.
Who you don't think? No, you don't. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there right now because it's gonna be a whole nother conversation. Much love to
answer the question.
Go ahead,
yes,
Chris.
please. I would like to hear your thoughts on that.
Okay. So I do not believe that true followers of Christ who are submitted to the will of God and the Lord celebrate sin. I do believe that they can love the person that's choosing to identify with a certain identity, but they do not celebrate sin.
Yeah, that was gonna be my thing. I'll let people do what they want. It's not me to judge, but I wouldn't celebrate it. My question was gonna be, what do you mean support? So I wouldn't celebrate it, but people gonna do what they got to do because they got to answer to somebody else.
Right. Yep. So I'll take that as do y'all have any final words?
Who wants to go first?
This was a very fun stream. We got to some really good thoughts. I appreciate the conversation. Hopefully we could do it again without any mishaps, just like this one. We got a little heated and no disrespect happened. I appreciate that. That was awesome. Salute to every panelist. Even the messy chat was pretty good for for a late night stream.
Yeah, they were pretty good. Much love to Chris. Much love to Sharon. Much love to my brother CEO. I'll see y'all on the next one. Much love to the chat, even on Sharon's side. Y'all be tripping, boy. I don't know what, boy, y'all be tripping, but much love to y'all too. Much love to everybody. I think CEO was simulcast. Much love to y'all too, man. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure y'all support your brother as well too. Make sure y'all hype the videos after these are done. And I appreciate everybody supporting. Let me read these real quick too. I gotta read. Let me see which one I didn't read. I know I didn't read one of them. Let me see. Nope, I read that one. B